Snowtop is moping by Jaya Woody's grave. Her old teacher, Guy, croaked and made her the clan leader. She's freaking out. Total disaster mode. Divine Dragon Sect. Toast. Lil bro. Busted. Sis. Gone. But Snowtop wasn't gonna bolt. Grabbed her loot bag. Decided dying wasn't the vibe today. If she quits, the sect goes poof. She starts walking out, heading for the exit, but slams the brakes at this one plot. Yayun's grave. Bag hits the dirt. She rushes the stone, poking it like a keypad. 10,000 years ago, you triggered way too many bad guys, that's why we tanked. She's hammering the stone, pinning the whole mess on him, blaming Yayun for every single L she turns to leave. Cussing him out when a skeleton hand pops up. Right by her, kicks. Our main girl jumps out of her skin, hopping back as a skull and ribs rise from the dirt. She screams like a banshee. Mr. Bones crawls fully out. Woke up because she was roasting him. She's shivering now, staring in horror. Bonesy realizes that after 10,000 years in the void, he looks crusty. Time for a makeover. Magics a flask, chugs it, and boom, human mode restored. She thinks ghost, but no, it's the 13th boss. Yayun in the flesh. She drops to the floor fast, face-planting to apologize. My bad, didn't mean it. Totally didn't mean to trash the ancestor. There at the shrine, behind a barrier only a top-tier boss can crack. Confused, he asks, what gen are you? Why so weak? She's number 209. Names, Lua Li. Yayun grimaces. Level 8, key gatherer. That it. He hates how soft the world got. Lua Li scratches cheek, laughing nervously. Well, the sect kinda flopped. ... She admits she is literally the last member standing. Back in his day, they were huge. Eternal level, huge. He never guessed they'd crash and burn this hard. Or that they'd get so desperate they'd let a rookie, level 8 kid like Luoli run the whole show. She rubs her head, chuckling. Yikes. Right. She gloomily admits nobody since him had any real juice. Not even a tenth of his power. Bostoof. Total chaotic mess. Left us getting siege for ages. Now, they're basically nobodies. The guy turns around. Eyeing the leaves, I hit eternity rank at ruled the whole Conan continent, flexing hard. Then he entered a mystery zone to grind X. 100,000 years later, he spins back. Grinny. Good news, I finally hit the true god level. Luli was totally shook that the divine dragon bug could be that. She had zero clue. The Conan continent actually had a true god cultivator. Realm, the dude nodded, and she was like, wait, the actual true god, Realm, the spot nobody's touched for a million years. The young sweatin', little, agreed again. She kept pressing, so it's basically, B, true god zone only found in legends and bedtime stories. That nobody ever reached. The guy, stuttering and looking kinda just nodded. Still kneeling, the girl suddenly lit up like a Christmas tree. Luli was gonna ask more, but the Yoon just bonked her. On the forehead, he decided it was time to level up her stats. She was super hyped. Then the dude handed her a bottle of god-tier refining pills. Said she had to grind her skills first. She grabbed it, totally flipping out. God level. It ranks mortal, yellow, spirit, earth, sky, king, all the way to emperor. Holding it, she was like, ancestors would totally throw hands for this. Every sect elder on the continent would war for it. The Yun Chil said there were 10,000 pills. She brought it closer. Completely shook. He grabbed a handful and told her to snack on this appetizer. I could build a mountain with these. Luli tried to bail, but the Yun squished her cheeks, popping her mouth open. He instantly shoved the whole handful right in her pie hole. The reaction kicked in AF, wiping tears. She was salty about choking on such good loot. Then she started to reek. That bone marrow detox hit hard. He unplugged his nose, surprised the funk came out. That fast, since there was no exit, he just waved his hand and spawned a bathing spot right in front of them. Go scrub, he ordered. She stared at the setup, totally confused. The Yun grabbed her shoulder from behind. Go wash before you turn into a mud monster. Then he yeeted her into the spring. Luli had like 0% of the sex divine dragon genes, so the detox skunk was nasty. She dunked her whole head under. When she surfaced, she panicked. Luli started screaming like she was glitching. The Yun was like, chip. She was soaking up dragon progenitor blood, which is hundreds of times stronger than her basic stats. He grinned. The ancestors hoarded this stuff. For 100,000 years? There's so much, I made a jacuzzi. Luli scrambled out. Her outfit kinda crispy. She was confused how she just bathed in dragon ancestor juice. Suddenly, she stopped leveling up. He noticed, she blushed and happily shouted. She hit Yuan High, level 10. The Yun, totally blank, was like, which realm is that? The dude awkwardly admitted he hadn't been a noob in so long he forgot. He ghosted those low-level stats ages ago. The continent's ranks were levels go, body refinement, key gathering, Profound Yuan Han. Up to God mode. 10 stages total. But he's way past that. He broke the scale. The girl was hyped because she jumped from key, gathering straight to you. But the Yun was like, saying her stats still sucked. The dragon blood only boosted. Past profound stage. She didn't care though. Totally stoked. That's OP for a noob. After level 10, she'd hit God mode in no time. The Yun cast a spell, dropping some loot. He was short on girl gear. Bestie Ed was king tier. Luo Li saw the stats and freaked out. Bro, if I equip this, the whole server will hunt me down. Forever. The Yun got serious. Listen up, noob. From now on, you're the hunter, not the prey. Magic swirled. In his hand, time for a weapon upgrade. He pulled out a supreme dragon sword, crackling with lightning. Total overkill. A Literao dragon nose dived and morphed into a sword in her grip. The Yun explained, yeah, that's a live dragon soul stuck in there. He added, when you're out there PvPing, don't embarrass the clan. He turned around, dreaming of making Divine Dragon the #1 guild. Luo Li cut in, looking awkward. It's too heavy. So he tossed her an Imperial scabbard to nerf the aura. It zoomed straight onto the blade. The Yun helped lock it down. Keep it sheathed. Unless you really want to wreck someone, Luo Li held the buzzing sword, eyes sparkling. Suddenly, Teach's radar pinged an enemy. She perked up. Bet it's my stalkers. Sure enough, a squad was hiking up Shenlong Mountain. They paused by a creepy tombstone. Vibes totally off. Gloomy fog, lightning strikes classic, bad guy intro. Porcupine hair dude asked his minions if they were ready to let the kingdom bag the girl. She was the last member standing. Another dude replied, even if she's charging up, she's the final boss of if we catch her, this century-long raid is over. Mustache guy Dinge. Karu got hit, just that the barrier was down. The mob twitched, footsteps approaching. Luo Li and the Yun popped out, landing right in their faces. The goons stepped back. One spotted the epic loot. In her hand, the duo walked past like they owned the place. Some rondo called out, hey fairy, seen a dirty little brat around here. She did not appreciate the slander. Lua spun around, smashed her sword into the ground, pointed at herself and snapped, you mean this gorgeous cutie right here? They thought she was an NPC, so she clarified, I'm the boss you're looking for. Lightning crackled on her blade. Shady dudes swarmed the heroine real quick. She gripped her blade, shaking. The boss pointed at Yayin, telling his crew to chill. She's just you on high rank. The guy in back had 0 mana vibes. Whitehair thought it hilarious. Some rondo tried to power another goon clocked the girl's royal drip. Mustache guy didn't buy it, thinking his pal was just yapping. But black hair licked his lips. Like shut it, don't argue. We'll snatch that fit and pawn it at Wanbo Pavilion. To check if it's legit, Statch grinned, nodding along with his bro. Yayun bored in the back, told the girl they were about to rob her. Lu panicked, terrified because these dudes were Yan high rank. He feel that weak noob scared her. He reminded Lu Li the sword wasn't just jewelry. She recalled saying only she deals death. Nobody takes hers. The heroine unsheathed. Before attacking, she yelled her name and swung. A dragon manifested, zapping the guys. Heavy rain fell. She slammed her sword down. Exhausted, dropping to her knees, the enemies lay. Ko Jiayen popped an umbrella and walked to Luo Li, who leaned on her blade, sobbing over the kills.
Chief
Grabbed Teach's robe, bawling, no more running. Away. He patted her head, smoothing her hair. Yayu said she was safe now. Luo Li awkwardly knelt before him. She freaked she'd killed the intel sources. Now they couldn't ask about her missing student, but he had a plan. He cast magic, ripping his spirit out. The dude's mouth blew glow. Yayan ran a purification. Scan while I hit the ghost's eyes as its mind was red. Gone it, Teach said. He told Luo Li it was a secret soul retrieval hack. Originally meant to delete a soul forever, with no respawn, but he tweaked it to browse memories. Instead, Whitehair asked if she knew where the Ridge of 1,000 Souls was. She snapped back, saying it's haunted by demons and leads to hell. Only one sect lived there. She guessed her student was taken there. A huge horned skull loomed over the ridge's tombstone, eyes burning blue-eyed. Crowds marched to Redwater. A demon whipped a guy, yelling move it. One captive reached the edge, refusing to jump. Masked dudes shoved him in. Yayan and Luo Li watched the drama from a giant flying sword. Below, a ritual happened every 100 years. They called it the Sky Lantern Gig. Dude asked Yo, what sort of ritual is this? She panicked. Legends say nasty spirits are trapped here. For a century of chill vibes and zero drama, folks burn this lantern to eat the worst criminals. But our girl heard they need 100 victims. And looking around, there's a crowd. Yayan figured it was definitely not clean. Downstairs, probably a demon basement situation. And all this blood would wake it up fast. Guy could solo it. one-handed, but he was stressing over Luoli. She's Dragon Sect boss. She's gonna struggle big time. Yayun told her, your student's stuck in this mess. But Prob's still kicking. She was hyped, but then he dropped. You gotta save him yourself, fam. Tough love, right? Luoli was shook. She leveled up fast, sure, but had 0 combat XP. He hyped her up though, promised to jump in. If needed, Luoli had a plan. Yayun was salty, cause they got tied up. She grinned awkwardly, told him to chill. I've totally pranked people like this before. Always works. They queued up with the prisoners heading for the boiling soup. Her turn. She stood at the edge, eyeing the red water. No sign of her student. Kid got nabbed 10 days ago, so the guy, also scanning the pool, feared the worst, but guards just shoved them in. Splash Yayun hit the water, shredded the ropes instantly, and spotted the boss monster below. He wanted to wreck its seal, but Luoli screamed she found her boy. White-haired dude looked over. She was yelling for her bro to wake up, saying he was toast. But the master surfaced with the kid, like as long as he's breathing, we're good. Yayin shoved a magic pill in the guy's mouth. Golden magic lines started glowing around him. Ace, dragging him out, he said, let's get him up top first. Then handle the trash. Mystery dude by the table, glowing green, looked at the water. Boom, light burst out like a bullet. He raged. The sacrifice bailed. Luoli and the squad flew out of the water and landed in front of the masked creeps. The kid was stoked. His sis actually came for him. She was dead serious. Told him to shut it while Master heals him. I'll handle these clowns. The head sword yelled at his goons to grab M-Fest since the ritual was already kicking in. Masked dudes gotta work. Glowing red swords flew at them, but our girl just yeeted them away. She was furious. You used my sect, homie, to light this lantern. She slammed her sword into the stone, purple lightning, exploding. Yayun, ... Proud dad vibes. She's total leader material now. The head whiz was all ... Shook the dragon sect wasn't toast. Luoli clapped back. Super salty. ... Claiming she's boss. 298's here for revenge. The ... Whiz didn't blink. Said he'd sacrifice her and snag a sweet reward. Yayin shot daggers at him. He figured someone shady was behind the drama, causing their sex ruin. Gold sparkles burst from the master's palm. Gotta wreck this place again. Praying ancestors help bust a seal soon. His magic leaked through rocks, hitting the water and the demon lock. The creepy whiz saw the sacrifice, worked. Yayin chillin' in back told ... the girl to grab him and find out who's really pulling the strings. She moved fast, launching herself straight at the creepy dude. She zoomed up over the wizard. Dude sensed her power level was kinda mid. Only you on high tier. Please. He was rocking true god status. No contest. Luoli swung her blade to test it out. She struck, but the guy bounced. The floor cracked where he'd stood. The wizard was totally shook. Shocked she could smash the stone like that. He eyed that sword's power, laughed, saying she used it like a total noob. Just hacking away, total waste. He decided he was gonna jack that sword. He turned and was like, let me teach you how to actually use that thing. She snapped back. It's mine, I'll do what I want. Major attitude. The whiz got triggered and charged straight at her. He grabbed her shoulder. ... Trying to flex his power. Suddenly, he realized he couldn't grip her gear. Couldn't grab her outfit, then WHM. A massive sword hit straight to the face. He flew back, face planting hard on the cold rock. Total wipeout. Realized her outfit was special too. She pointed her sword at him. She couldn't believe a true god got clapped twice already. So embarrassing. The wizard wobbled up. Even he didn't expect to lose to some random girl. Made a creepy face. Said the sacrifice was done, so the devil's coming. Devil's on the way. He warned Luoli that no weapon could save her now. Said her gear was useless. Then the guy suddenly bolted to the cliff edge. Stopped dead at the edge and started screaming for the devil. Neon green magic burst out of him. Dude was glowing like radioactive slime. The devil heard him. The guy started floating up. Turns out, the sacrifices ... WEREN, single quotes, T4 piece. But to wake the beast, the water started bubbling hard. Souls burst out of the captive's body. Total nightmare fuel. They clumped into a weird ball in the sky. Sharp lightning zipped into ... the water. A green glow hit the demon seal, wrapping it in magic. The devil's voice boomed out. He asked who dared to wake him up. The wizard hovered over the water, stoked. The demon was awake. A gnarly black hand with long claws popped out of the bloody water. The white-haired guy watched the monster, not shocked it had a human form. The devil looked humanish. He turned to the sorcerer and asked if he was the alarm clock. The guy was nervous but said yes. The demon flashed a creepy smile, showing off terrible sharp teeth. He'd been asleep for ages and was totally hangry. The monster. Demon saw the wiz's power was kinda mid, but honestly, it had hit the spot way. Better than those lame snacks he aimed his mojo right at the guy, hoping the dude would be stoked for the honor. Spoiler alert, he definitely wasn't. Guy's eyes popped out, begging not to get unalived, but it was way too late. Monster snatched him up like a chicken nugget. Down the hatch. Just then, Lewis screamed at Master to check out the glutton who just inhaled the wizard guy. Yoon was like, "Duck, or your dessert," but she got all spicy and defensive. The beast stared right at her. Appetizer gone. He was ready for round 2. Time for the main course, he thought. Everyone else totally freaked out. Bolted, but the beast used hacks to levitate them all off the ground. Just cackling that nobody escapes the cringe hands of darkness. Seriously. His magic yeeted the crowd straight toward a gnarly black vortex spinning over the gross, bloody water. The monster was just roasting him when a bright pink blur zoomed right at his ugly face. Lewis was inside it. She got up close and personal with the devil. Yun and the crew stayed put. Master shook that. She actually had the guts to eat herself at the big bad. Her to Psycho hyping her up. Louis Lee was soloing the boss. Master noticed the glow was all her, realizing she leveled up big time in just a few days. She was crushing it, but her brother, total panic mode. He was ready to jump in, terrified she'd end up as Dragon Chap. Yoon asked if he was sure he wanted that smoke. The guy nodded like a total Chad. Meanwhile, Louis Lee got blasted out of the magic stream, slamming her back into the wall hard. Ouch. But she didn't quit. She kicked off the stone, ready to bonk the demon again. Monster was salty, telling her to quit poking him with that stick and let him eat her in peace. Louis Lee got mad. He dissed her sword. Then the beast took a peek and realized, wait, that's rare loot, not a twig. He aimed his mojo at it. Lewis held on for dear life, screaming at him to back off. The demon tried to swipe it, claiming finders keepers, but she wasn't gonna let it slide. She kicked out, shoving the ugly creep away. Suddenly, the sword unsheathed. Boom! Out popped the golden dragon. The devil was shook. Her gear had a literal dragon soul, he cheered. 'Cause that meant God. His magic chained up. The poor dragon was stuck. The girl, almost tearing up, begged her ancestors for backup. Monster laughed, saying the pet was his now, and promised she was next on the menu. Louise Lee crashed to the floor, confused, falling to her knees. She reached for her sword, crying out for Master. But suddenly, a blue blast cut the air, aiming for the beast. She thought it was Master, but nope, it was her bro. She jumped up, hype, bro to the rescue. The guy rushed to aid his fearless sis. The devil didn't even see it coming. Monster laughed, saying the thing already knew who the real boss was, and promised that once he was done with the dragon, she was next. Lewis landed hard, super confused. She fell to her knees, reaching for her sword and pitifully calling for her master. Suddenly, a blue glow split the air, heading straight for the demon. The girl thought it was Master, but it turned out to be her brother. Lewis jumped to her feet, totally excited. The guy came to save his fearless sister. The devil didn't have a clue. He clocked the look danger vibes, for sure. But honestly, just baby taunts. He flashed his shield, and bro stopped dead. Right there. Then he started yapping. Touch the boss's loot. The dragon crew's stash, and I'll wreck you. Big talk. A monster dude knew the crew. Wait, a girl's leading now? He smirked, throwing shit. Guess the dragons run dry. On talent. Sword, tip up. The kid screamed. He'd end him. Classic hero move. Magic blasted from his blade. Whoosh. But it just zipped past demon's nose. Ooh. A relic. Demon guy grinned, clutching the dragon. Thanks for the gift, kiddo. He inhaled his own magic and spat a massive beam. Missed. 0 damage. To the boy, bro hit the dirt, sword ready to bounce. The next hit demon fired again, sending the guy flying back. Oof. Demon prepped the finisher. A giant claw loomed over bro. Luli panicked, yelling his name. Time for an assist. She shoved some energy his way. She had to tame that dragon and save her pal. Demon got mad. You attacking me? He slammed his hand down to squash the guy into paste. He squeezed his fist. Wait. Empty. Dude pulled a vanish. Guy snagged Luli just in time. Hush, she snapped, cranky. He's reloading. Suddenly, a twin demon popped up. They high-fived, magic swirling into a thick shield ball. The kid scrambled out. She grabbed her golden dragon. Demon saw it, aimed a power orb right at her face. Uh-oh. Lu raised her sword. Go, dragon. She hyped the beast up. Dragon charged. Furious. Smash. They crashed head and devil pushed hard, but she held the line. A real tug of bro yelled out. Zap. A weird glow poked the devil's orb. Luli got close. Demon's arm got wrecked. Enter, Master. He strolled in, cool as ice, walking toward the tired girl. And bro, kid was shoot. She held off the Ghost King OP. Devil stared at Master. How'd you bust my flow with just a tiny flame? Things were looking grim for Mr. Demon. He sensed this mystery. Dude wasn't local. End was scary. Time to bail? Demon turned to flee. Nope, not happening. Kid pointed. He's running. Yayan grinned. Cute. He shot energy out. A massive blue spectral hand appeared. It grabbed the devil. Squeeze. Demon was shaking, terrified. I'm just a noob demon. Sorry if I bugged you, he cried. Master made a fist. Your birth? Don't care. But your ritual hurt my crew. He channeled the pain of 10,000 deaths. Bam! Right at the demon. The beast wheezed, choking. Then pop. Exploded GG. Luli gasped. Ancestor one shot him. Crazy strong. Boy thanked him for the loot. Master just nodded back. Lewis guessed he unhooked his bro up. No pity for raw talent. So, he hopped into the Demon King battle, like a total boss. Wounds healed instantly. Dude scratched his head. Super awk, said he bathed in dragon blood. No biggie, just a casual dip. Not just healed, but hit Creator God, level 4. Totally, OP boof. Sis was super salty. Her bro reached Creator God status, while she was stuck at level 10 Yuan High. Major jealousy vibes. Guy flexed his royal robes and Hunan sword. Master's gifts. Gert snapped back that her divine sword was way better loot. He didn't want to fight. Knew a divine sect boss needs top gear. Sect leaders get the best drops. It's just logical facts. But the sword was ranked too high. Couldn't even use a 10th. Master said the dude had mad potential. Legit talent, for sure. Hit Creator God level 4 just by Dragon Blood Bath. Easy exp. Girl needed to grind more. The Yun said swords are can't unlock full power until you level up. Standard rules. Showing off the sword, he got it. The demon was totally toast. Yosia was safe. Now they just gotta find big sis Mosang. Mosang said, Sis Su Wandrew aggro to save the squad. She vanished after that, but he was sure the raid on the sect was totally planned. The Yun asked if he knew anything else. Yun said he got dragged to meet some random mysterious dude. Only recalled a blood-red door. Master got super suspicious. Asked who it was. Yun was hooded the whole time, unfortunately, but he memorized the robe symbol during the chat. Umo, Sword Sect logo. Lewis knew they were top 10 strongest. Gay Dynasty elites. Bases miles, east of Umo Mountains. Heroine guessed those creeps were the ones chasing them down. With that tip, the squad decided to go wreck him right now. Time to settle scores. Massive gold energy burst out from his hand-black unicorn, gold eyes, wings, and horn. Spawned right there. Goddess were hype. A divine-level beast. Suddenly, the unicorn said, so Yun and Luoli were shook. A talking horse? Mind blown. The Yun told it to act cool. Don't scare the noobs. Horn vanished instantly. Scales gone. Transformed into a basic horse. Stealth mode. Unicorn said, relax master. Mask was just a flex. Warning, not to mess with him. Mo sang, and Luali bowed fast. Apologized ASAP. The horse grinned with all teeth showing. Master yelled, sooner we go, sooner we find, ... Big sis. Meanwhile, burnt flesh floated in bloody water. Tadut stood by the gross lake. Serious, creepy vibes. Birthplace of the Order King. But something was Ghost King spawned against his will. One guy knelt, dipped a hand in. Their cheat code could do whatever. Control over the Ghost King snapped, and the redhead caught a bad vibe. Someone had interfered. He knew instantly that the Ghost King and his entire crew had been smoked. Staring at the gross red goo on his hand, he frowned. The Goot Dynasty didn't have the guts or skill for this hit. They decided to snitch to the master immediately. Meanwhile, the black horse zoomed through the woods. Inside the carriage, Luli asked if they could start recruiting newbies. Sipping tea like a boss. The master shut it down. Not yet. You can't run a legit sect when the leader isn't even a creator god yet. It's embarrassing. He noted that nobody joins a guild where the boss is a total noob. Luli pouted, pointing out they had only met a few days ago and already wrecked the Ghost King. The master rolled his eyes. Listen, the sooner you plant the seeds, the sooner we harvest. She blinked. Wait, are you hinting that we should loot everyone we beat up? Yun poked his head in, looking confused. Excuse me, our dragon blood heirs supposed to be thieves. Asterisk, whack. Luli slapped him upside the head. It's not stealing, dummy. It's tactical resource gathering. She reasoned that if they found free stuff, they'd be crazy to leave it. The heroine agreed with the ancestor. To build an empire, we gotta grab every resource we can find. She smirked at Yun. See? You're not the boss, so you wouldn't get the strategy. Yan's face lit up. Oh, so we burn, slay, and steal everything. No, you idiot. Luli screamed. Look at the history books. Kingdoms that just destroy stuff end up losing their own cities. She took a breath and got serious. Plus the ancestor is a true god. He won't babysit us forever. We gotta carry the squad ourselves eventually. Yun stared. Wide. Wait, for real? He's gonna ditch us. The master confirmed it. Luli knows the score. We need to prep for the future. He tossed them 2 divine level power. And stored some goodies in here. He said, there's infinite space. So now it's your turn to fill them up. Grab anything useful you can find. Luli and Yoon were hyped. The girl grabbed the sack first, shocked by the sheer size inside. Whoa, how do I even fill this? She asked. Yahyun smirked. The grind never stops, he said. Don't get lazy. Our sect isn't just taking over this continent. We're going global. He explained that the continent of Canaan was just a tiny puddle in the ocean. There were worlds out there they couldn't even imagine. Luli's eyes sparkled. She was already daydreaming about conquering the planet and becoming the supreme queen of everything. Smack! Yahyun slapped her back to reality. The girl hit the floor, rubbing her head. Wake up, he scolded. Until you hit the level above Divine Realm, you're not leaving the kiddie pool. He strictly told her she wouldn't see any other lands until she leveled up. The master also warned Luli that she absolutely had to overcome huge challenges waiting for her before she could rule anything. Massa said Luali had to hit God mode before leaving the continent. She needed to level up before they raided the Emo Sword Sect base. Inside, Big Boss Shaw told his minion to give him the updates, ASAP. Minion goes, yo, the Divine Dragon crew is waiting at the gate. Chaz Lykud? Never heard of them. He thought they were stands. Figured they wanted to join the club, so he told the aide, I'm busy. Aide says, wait boss, they're just kids, but their stats are maxed. Like, they already hit God Realm. Totally overpowered for their age. Shaw whipped around, shook. You trolling me? Are you absolutely sure? Guys like, dead serious. Plus, their drip is legendary tear armor. Shaw yelled, take me there. Luali was hyped. She finally grinded. God Realm and asked June, think we can wreck him? She was buzzing. Masker said they had to solo the Emo Sword Sect. No carrying allowed. The boy trusted his sis completely, ready to follow her lead blindly. Yun spotted the boss's shadow looming in the doorway. Heads up. The dude walked up, dropped his name, and asked, where you from? Luali introduced their squad to the sect leader without flinching. Shaw hyped them up. You tiny tots are already level 4. That's wild. God Realm at that age. He figured she must be some ancient Smurf account. Had to be possession. No way. The GU dynasty spawns geniuses. This crazy. Shaw looked at the carriage. Figured the main boss was camping inside. Couldn't sense any mana though, he asked. So, what's the quest here? Heroine goes, your guild snatched my bro a month ago. Not cool, man. Tried to sacrifice him for some ritual. We're here for payback. The Yun, chilling in the cart, was proud. She's got that CEO energy. Finally, leading the party. Shaw replies, nah, you got it twisted, fam. Total misunderstanding. My disciples are max level with epic loot. They don't need to kidnap. Only my elders could capture a Hestat player. Yun got serious. Then we're raiding your base to find those elders. Shaw panicked internally. This great immortal school is legit scary. He didn't dare trigger aggro with them. Too risky to offend the whales. He smiled, faking it. Look, it's a mix-up. Elders are AFK right now. They're not even here. He tried to say more, but got cut off abruptly. Flash of light from the sky boom. A huge energy blast hit the ground. It landed right between Shaw and Luoli. A dude appeared, glowing purple, floating in the air, covered in magic. He grumbled, who's starting drama? Shaw bowed fast. Sup, Supreme Leader. He was sweating buckets now. The elders landed too. Shaw was like, wait, I thought you were gone. Supreme roasted him. Why you letting randoms boss you around here? On our own turf, have some pride. Shaw started shaking in his boot. Supreme raged, pointing at Luali. And Yun? Delete them. Right now, the Yun sipped tea in the carriage. This guy has no clue, he thought. He doesn't realize my students are built different. He's too weak. Decided it was a perfect warm-up match. The heroine looked at the old man. That him bro. Yun nodded. Same voice. Yun squared up, ready to throw down. Patriarch tried to step in, but some dude zoomed past, rushing the squad mid-hike. Since Gramps taught him the dragon sword, Luli was itching to flex. Elders charged, but the boys fired a savage dragon beam yeeting. One geezer way off to the side, carving a dirt track. Their supreme boss was salty. His minions flopped, so he hopped in. He lunged straight at the girl, energies colliding. She blocked with her sword, unleashing a blinding gold flash. Boss was shook. How's a newbie creator? God girl, wrecking a veteran elder in one hit. Then he clocked her divine blade. Ah, hacked gear. The girl roasted him. Dancers blamed the floor. She was solo versus a mob. Elders piling on. Luli, parrying hits. Realized this venerable sect had trash gear. Clearly, they were all talk and no bite. Patriarch watched from the nosebleeds. Totally lost. But if Bossman wants them dead, the girl is probably right. They totally snatched her, bro. The Izuma sect, barely top 10. But this 18-year-old girl was slaying. Patriarch wondered what loot she was packing. Some dude crept on the carriage. Boss felt cramped down there with her, so he dipped, flying up and leaving her confused. She chased him. Yun saw his sis and the guy go up, so he followed. Elders downstairs eyed the ride, rushing to smash it so nobody could bounce. Patriarch tried to stop, and Yaya and chillin' inside figured these fools had a death wish. Attack in a demonic ride. Master told the horse to clap back. The beast stomped, cracking the earth hard. Folks got launched. Yayin fired a blast. Straight from the carriage window, boom, house gone. Patriarch nearly caught a rock to the face. Terrified, boss up top saw the boom and zoomed back. Luoli and Yoon, hot on his tail, boss found his sect deleted. Total shock. He landed by the patriarch. Screaming what happened, Lee, in tears, wheezed that the sect was history. Boss glared at the carriage, knowing the leader was inside. He charged, threatening murder, tried to hit the ride on the wrecked road, but got bounced. Master inside, sipped tea, smirking. Boss couldn't even peeking past that blue force field. He scoped out the carriage inside. Seeing the blue glow, he knew the VIP within was totally out of his league. Like, way up. The supreme dude stood up, glaring at the sky, figuring the big guy upstairs just wanted to delete his whole clan. White sparks flew from his peepers. Since he was toast anyway, he figured YOLO, taking you punks with me. His whole bod lit up like a firework, winding up a crazy energy bomb. Luo Li and Yan panicked. Dude's gonna blow. But then, a giant phantom man hovered over Mr. Sparky. She grinned. The Yoon was clapping back. The giant MIT snatched that energy ball tight, crushing it. Pop, the guy's ghost slipped out through the fingers. He tried to bail, but the Yun snagged him. Yun was like, wait, didn't he push the self-destruct button? Holding the ghost, the Yun spilled the tea. Old dude tried to ditch his body, and ghost ran away. Yun sigh, super bummed. They wouldn't know why they got jumped, but Lua Li was chill, saying, relax, the Yun can hack his brain. The boss started the download. The ghost's jaw dropped, eyes popping in terror. Yun loved the show. Meanwhile, the sect leader was on his knees, shaking like a leaf. The Yun loomed over him, chin up. The guy looked up, totally lost. The Yun grilled him. Is there a sword saint here? Dude says, yeah, Elder Jug. Luo Li pointed her blade at him. Spill the beans. Now, my boss ain't got all day. With cold steel in his face, the leader squealed. There's this legend in our crew. Best sword skills ever. Totally unmatched. Because of him, we became the top dogs. But centuries ago, he raided the Divine Bridge and just vanished. Useless info for the UN. Since the Divine Dragon Squad got hit for 50 gens. Seems like Izuma took orders from the Sword Clan. But the mastermind? A total mystery. Yun shouted, hey, is our big sis trapped by those sword jerks? The Yun said the ghost showed some sword sect shady figure played the Izuma. Elders like puppets to hunt them forever. But nope. Zero news on sis. Luo Li raged. Sword inches from the trembling leader's neck. The Yun cut in. Chill. He's just a manager. He doesn't know the CEO's plans. She asked, so, what now? The Yun shrugged. You're the boss now. You make the call on this loser. She paused, kinda stuck. The guy shook harder, squeezing his eyes tight, expecting death. Luo Li gave him the death stare, then dropped the blade. Lucky for you, I'm actually in a good mood. He breathed easy. But wait, there's more. She crouched down, grinning. About that ransom though? Bro is absolutely glowing, shouting that they should totally yoinked all the treasures and loot. But the old boss panicked that his clan was toast and he was broke. He offered his purse, like, take this. It's all I got. Lou snatched that bag. Real quick, you kept it 100, so I won't clap you, she said, telling him to go deliver a spicy message to the Divine Sword sect. She promised to pull up later. Settle the beef. The old guy just sat in the rubble, traumatized. Yunner. Sadita says, asking why she let the geezer walk. Chillin' in the carriage with the loot, she said. He didn't cap, so there's no need to unalive him. Bro was shook, but she gave a big thumbs up. Since Master spared him, I figured why waste the energy. Lou was buzzing. They were about to reboot the clan, so they needed that good PR. Gotta farm karma, so the new think we're merciful when we open up shop. Master sipped his tea, grinning like a proud dad. Then Yun clocked it. She kept him alive for the clout. Now everyone would know. They were the ones who stomped the Asimo sect. Bro was hyped because his sister was finally leveling up her leadership. Stats. Lou crossed her arms like duh. But the Yun agreed. Still, he was low-key bummed. They found zero intel on their missing big sister. Lou got big brain though. Since Izimo worked for Divine Sword, let's go grill them. Master got serious. Hold up. No rushing the boss fight. Y'all need to get Gud first. Magic swirls popped up. around his hand, and boop, he tapped Lu's head. Streams of magic went wild around her. She checked her hands, freaking out. Bro, what did you do? He had nerf. Back to you high level. She grabbed her dragon sword, which was glowing blue, and realized it downgraded from gold tier to earth tier. Same thing happened to her brother, who was super salty about it. The Yun preached, real pros don't need carry items. To be top tier, you gotta be the weapon. He explained their stats were boosted from outside, so their build was trash. Grind back to Creator God Realm manually before we hit the sect. Also, since he de-leveled them, the X grind was gonna be way harder this time. Master Lu and Yoon reached the inn. While they chowed down, a pink-haired chick was watching them. She looked sus. To the younger brother, she was the saint of the Acacia Secti. She scanned the guy, sensed his high level, and figured he was just the boss of some mining crew. Then she looked at the pretty one, sensed zero energy, and thought, theft, total NPC, no skills at all. The shop girl was super chill, telling the saint to grab whatever she vibed with. She'd totally have him sit, but Rose just tucked a loose strand back and was like, I got this, fam. In front of Luo, Li, and Yoon, a literal mountain of grub. They were hyped, but confused. Why the feast? Boss? Yoon, Gravin Rice, said he hadn't seen the world in 100,000 years. Gotta enjoy the little things, right? He snagged meat with chopsticks, grinning. Man, I totally get it. The food looked fire. Suddenly, a lady's hand landed on his shoulder, a flirty whisper hitting his ear, asking why LeBro was eating solo. She slid next to him, sweetly, asking if he wanted to chat up the matriarch. Ewan spat out his rice in shock. Dude turned beet red, stuttering a bit, asking who she was. I'm not alone. Suddenly, a foot punted Luo Li in the master's bench, sending them flying. Way back, Yun and Luo Li were totally shook. Now facing each other, sans table. Yun jumped up, freaked, looking for backup, but Pinky deftly sat on his lap, sprawling all over him like she couldn't see any. Old master, she got right in his face, cooing that he looked super cute. Luo Li sat there, totally clueless. Yun shot a look. Does she think I'm easy? The pink-haired girl blushed, asking if Yun wanted to join. Acacia sect. Dude was done. He knew 5 more seconds, and she'd eat him alive. He signaled Luo Li to intervene. She was salty, but confused. Why stop it? They were hilarious to watch. Ewan wiped his mouth. Won't last long, he said. She thinks I'm in it. Pinky pouted at the guy. Don't be scared. Ewan pitifully cried for Luo Li to help. Bam! A sword tip thrust right into Pinky's face. What do you think you're doing, you shameless flirt? Ewan was so relieved she finally stepped up. He scrambled out of her grip, hiding behind Luo Li. Pinky, pushing the blade away, sneered. This trash from the First Kingdom wants to steal my man. The heroine snapped, introducing herself. Know your place, and stop corrupting my student. The innkeeper heard Divine Dragon Sect and flipped out. Pinky had never heard of them. Totally unsurprised, their boss was a blonde. Her friend leaned over, whispering some hot gossip about the sect that wrecked the Asimo sword sect. The saint frowned. Just then, a dude appeared, annoyed that someone had the nerve to mess with the Acacia saint. It was Bayou Debbie of the Bloodcloth sect. Fan in hand, he looked at them with mocking eyes. Pinky immediately clocked. Who just showed up? The man turned to her. Is this the ... Saint was never this salty. Dude checked out Luali, totally seducing her. Digging the view, Saint got in his face with a wild idea. I'll take the boy, you get the girl. He cackled, knowing her type. Classic move, since Pinky loved smooth talkers. But wait, drama? She hated his vibe. Fine, skip it. I'll handle it, solo. Dude tried to bet, but Saint just ghosted him. Cold shoulder time. She bailed. Meanwhile, Luali was watching this mess, totally livid. So mad she yeeted him out the yard. Bro, hit the wall like a crash test. Splat on the street. Heroine stormed out, fuming like a volcano. Peeved-eyed, her low bro, but staring at her. Oh, it's on. The audacity. Innkeeper and Saint just stood there, totally shook. Pinky stared, thinking, whoa, that could have been me getting tossed. Lucky break. She wasn't the one flying. The deputy scrambled up, dizzy, got on his feet, screaming at his squad. End that girl right now. Mob rushed Luoli. A sub-boss asked Saint, you gonna jump in, or what? Pinky passed. Nah, I'll chill. She wanted to scout their power levels. Just watching. Shocked that 2 high-tier kids wrecked the sword sect. 2 teens wiping a whole sect. Insane stats for just a duo. Unreal. Goons targeted Luoli, but Yoon hopped in. Sis, let me handle them. Gotta practice, like Gramps said. He begged. Hero mode activated, but she yelled, no fair, I need XP too. Yoon was already swinging. Sword went swish, knocking a dude back. First blood to the brother. Deputy saw his pal fly, so he chucked magic rocks at Yuen. Cheap shot. Yon smirked, dodging like a pro. Then man blocked. Barely. Blocked it, Luoli cheered. Go, bro! Then she checked her own blade, wondering if she had the muscle to crack the seal. Can I do this? Glanced at St. Pinky, who looked terrified. Something was brewing. Pinky jumped off the table, scared stiff as Luoli aimed her weapon. Lightning crackled. Luoli grinned. Want a piece of this, Saint? Saint panicked. Flew out the inn, ditching the fight. Nope, bye. Zoomed to Yun's fight. She's scary, she cried. Swap with me. Begged Deputy to switch so she wouldn't die. Bayaji looked confused. Totally lost. Luoli zoomed behind Pinky. Danger, close. Go and chop ya? But Saint shoved Deputy forward. You take her. Deal with him. Bayou stared at the angry girl charging him. Uh-oh. Confused. Check Luoli. Love the swap. Deal asterisk. Wham! She struck. Full power hit. He went flying, face planting hard into the dirt. Saint hugged Yun, screaming. She's a beast. Yun froze, awkward. Super blush. Aren't we enemies? He asked, trying to peel off. Let go. But Pinky blushed back. I surrender. Totally giving up. No fighting. You gotta take me prisoner. She winked. Smooth operator. Yun turned red, covered his eyes. I can't do that. So pure, called for backup. Sis, help. Saint thought his shyness was cute. Adoring the cringe. Didn't see Luoli coming in hot with the sword. SMACK, right in the face. Pinky went down, eating dirt instantly. Louis stood there, super salty at the sheer audacity of it all. Like seriously, that was the most shameless ask ever. Saint grabbed her stung cheek, screaming, Did you just slap me? She went full beast mode, claws out, but before she could land a single hit, Louis yeeted the pink-haired girl into the wall. Feng slumped there, totally confused. How did level 7 pros get completely owned by a pair of level 4 The deputy raged, shocked he got beat so hard he was out of the game. Saint asked if he'd heard the tea about the Izomo sword sect getting wiped. He nodded. Then, realized wait, he stared at her. Saint admitted she thought these shrimps were harmless, but nope, they were the ones. Zero doubt. Louis stepped to Beiyuang and Saint sword out. The guy winced, twitched like a glitching NPC, and then face planted. Total KO. Saint shrieked, like a banshee. Louis wiped her blade. Your crew tried to sacrifice my bro, she said. Lucky I saved him. She didn't know where Pinky stood, so she gave her a little pop quiz. Option A, I wreck your sect for disrespecting the dragon. Saint didn't need to hear more. She jumped up, panicking, screaming. Option B, I choose option B. Instantly, Louis smirked, loving the power trip. I own you now, and you cost us big time. Pinky looked lost, huh? Louis grabbed her collar. Look at my poor brother. He was a pure, innocent cinnamon roll. Totally clueless. Now he's gonna have PTSD around girls because of you. He'll never get a girlfriend. He's the heir. For crying out loud, how can he lead the sect if he's scared of ladies? Everyone gaped. Saint apologized and handed over her loot bag. Louis swiped it, happy, until she checked the inventory. Garbage. Spirit level, earth level, she glared. Where's the Imperial gear? Pinky sobbed her eyes out. That doesn't exist. It's just a myth. No one has it. Literally nobody on this continent has seen that stuff. Louis rolled her eyes. Stop capping. That's nonsense. I'll show you. Meanwhile, at the Divine Sword Sect, warriors hyped up their senior swordsman's big return. A scary dude walked out. Heard some bad news, he grunted. Zim's here early. The Azimo Patriarch was kneeling, shaking in his boots. Spill the beans. What happened? The boss sat on his throne while the guy explained everything. So, 2 little revenge-hungry nuggets are coming for us. He knew the Divine Dragon sect was washed up, basically, so this duo was the only thing left of it. The guys chatted, figuring this might actually get interesting. Foreign pros here just to farm XP. Head guy swore, the sect has our backs. Protecting the whole squad. He stood up to flex his stats. Dude was totally op. Max level vibes. So he bet the sect could solo those two? Sword guy walks up. Wants tea? Server goes, yo, seen that? Speedster Hanzo. Dude whips out a blade. Aims at his neck. Total mood killer. Asks for ID. Guy drops the hat. Shows a gnarly scar. It's Heavenly Wind. Joe Hanzo knew him. Hid the weapon. Shook. Joe was in this dump. Joe's skills were got tier so serve. Long story. Weird seeing a sect member slack in here. Dude panicked. Asked if he was really just a T. Joe said that Mystery Clan, Delici deleted Azimo, sect and the deputy. Now it's Green Lotus's turn. Hanzo thought they got wiped. But guy said if so, he wouldn't be chilling. Master 1v and got code in 2 hits. Lost his loot. Hanzo shook. Asked if it was the wagon duo. Joe spilled tea. Divine Dragon sect wants to battle every gay guild here. Hanzo Admitted Tibetan villa got raided too. Ancestral swords snatched as attack. Jiao was shocked they reached the villa. Means ages before they hit the main base. Random guy at a table yells out. Tells Joe, he's right. Divine sword chased. Divine dragon forgens. Who knew the boss? Lual Li thought, dead would save her bro. And wreck Yumo sect? City is dust now. Spared only the head to send a warning. Joe hyped, asking his name. Li Dongha, survivor of East. See another guy stands up? Feng Wan, gang leader, also took the L. Against Divine Dragon, whole squad gathered, all losers to that sect. Called them savage? One guy admitted they rage quit on sight. Surrendered at the carriage. Li thinks, only Yumo got erased, others lived. Guy asks, why be here? Joe heard the old pro is back, but he's retired now. Hanzo ignored the politics. Just here for the sect brawl. He smirked, seeing the crowd glued to the action. Linghai prayed, Dragon crew would absolutely wreck the Divine Sword Squad. The old geezer was over 100. Suddenly, heads turned as that cursed carriage rolled up. Spoiler, everyone knew exactly who was inside. Yayan chilled in the dragon ride, having just told the girl the whole clan's rep hinged on today's result. She huffed, meaning, he grinned. Look outside, you'll see. Luali peeked out and spotted her bro waiting to help her step down like a princess. Way off in the distant, a mob watched. Yun and Li strutted down the path, flanked by a sea of gawkers checking them out. The girl was hyped, asking why the fan club was so huge. Bro? Said, those are the losers we crushed. They're here to see the showdown with the sword sect. Yun loved the clout, flashing a cheesy thumbs up. Luoli rolled her eyes. Don't drool if their boss is a hot girl. Yun turned beet red, yelling. That was one time. The sword sect was already posted up, itching for a fight. Lewis and Yun climbed the stairs. The click-clack of heels cutting the silence. A guard spotted them and screamed for backup. Yo, the dragon crew is in the house right now. Inside, the big boss grinned. Finally, time to let these newbies taste the 7-star formation. For appetizers, they had 300 elites ready to rumble. Totally capable of wiping the floor with armies. Even a legendary Divine Bridge Master would get wrecked. Step into this. Squad. The mob circled Luli and Yun, trapping them. Back to back, the girl chirped. We're famous. Look at the welcome party. But honestly, that was the plan. Yun grinned. 2 birds, 1 stone. Easy peasy. First, the trash mobs. Then the boss. A warrior triggered the 7-star trap, lighting it up. Yun saw the glow. Knowing it was bad news, no way was he letting them cast that. He dashed at the mage, while the girl complained, hey, I'll never level up my sword skills if you hog it. Yun cackled, closing in. He couldn't help it. A crowd of enemies was just too fun. Boom! Energy bolts blasted everywhere. The crowd gaped as the sword sect's rookies clashed with the dynamic duo. The carriage sat ignored. In the back, Yun watched via magic cam, nodding along. Smart move, kid, he thought, stopping that combo early. Now they could grind their skills in peace. Before, the seal nerfed their XP gain, but the master didn't expect most sects to rage quit so fast. This was going to be fun. The final battle was basically a skill check. The boss of the wrecked sword sect, Izumo, looked at his carry nervously. It sucked watching his minions feed while the sword god sat there, AFK. The god said, chill. My students are cracked enough to clear this. If they choke, I'll step in and carry the game. A minion added, don't sweat the quick match. Boss, even if noob here could one-shot an elder. We have 300 units, so that duo is cooked. No need for the MVP to join the lobby, yet. But suddenly a fighter flew into the room, face-planting on a helper. The sword god stared. Completely shook. Luao, Li and Menghe had clapped his students and were raiding the base. The girl ignored the shocked NPCs. Hyped her brother. Yo, I gained 3 levels just now. Her bro leveled up too. She got spicy, telling the sword god to catch these hands or she'd wipe the guild. The god was triggered. How dare she roast his sect? But the girl clapped back. You've been griefing my clan for generations. Today, I'm canceling your subscription. The god Tres-talked, saying he was ordered to troll their sect for 300 years. But now the kid gloves were off. Suddenly, gold rays zoomed. At the tower, the master unlocked their limiters. Go beast mode. The villain charged his aura, mocking their level caps. He was a 6th level Divine Bridge elite, so he wasn't sweating. He lunged at the girl, but her bro tanked the hit. Blood dripped. You good? She asked. Yun wiped his mouth. Stay sharp. This guy is actually legit. The minions hyped their boss for drawing first blood, screaming like the god had only used 50% power. A full crit would have totally deleted the kid's account, but he survived. Suddenly, eyes locked. Yun panicked. Use the 9 dragon. Juke, quick. The boss fired a massive energy laser beam. Lua Li obeyed, splitting her avatar to dodge the blast smoothly. The master in the carriage nodded. Nice physics abuse, kid. The sword god wasn't impressed though. Cute trick, but you can't dodge spam forever. He reset and dive bombed her. Lua Li charged right back. Asterisk, boom. Their energies crashed. Suddenly, only the heroine was left floating in the sky. Everyone watched, jaws on the floor. The girl looked around, totally stunned. She exhaled. Phew, that was super close. Yun was on the ground, frantically parrying a barrage of hits, but he slipped up. Pasterisk. Whoops. Asterisk's arm got slashed. By the energy stream. The sect guys lolled hard. That's the OG sword god's power. Yun was struggling to hold on, wrecked by just that one casual hit from the old master. The sect squad cracked up. Just the old sword pro showing off his major flex. Dude was spamming attacks like a button masher. Totally impossible to dodge. Our boy took a hit and started leaking HP fast. That sword style totally nerfed. The 9 dragons move. Useless now. Time for plan B. But then, the baddie paused, spying the epic loot. He peeped those emperor-level robes. How'd these kids get such drip? Insane artifacts. Dude was hyped. He'd grinded sword skills forever. And now, legendary gear was being served up like free pizza. Sweet. Unmatched power. He pounced on Yun, trying to snatch the goods. The Yun watched, noting this wasn't a cakewalk. This boss was legit patriarch of the server's top guild. Basically, bound to be OP. The master knew his squad had farmed good items. Burn in resources like crazy. His students had skills. Sure, but they'd never faced a game over screen. Real danger was new. He wanted to see if they'd fold against a guy with maxed out stats. A true PvP vet. The Yun grabbed the popcorn, eager to see the result. Sword guy wound up for a finisher, but Yun was out of stamina. Dude was toast. Suddenly, Lua Li jumps in to carry the team. She aimed her blade. He just glared and chucked an energy blast. She scrambled to dodge. Mozang raged, refusing to accept the "We ain't losing," he yelled, striking the sword dude. Big mistake. The guy charged a magic slap and smacked Mozang right in the face. Bro! Loli screamed. He pulled back, claiming he was still good. Said he landed a scratch, but admitted his mana bar was empty. Sword guy smirked. Drop your loot, and I might let you punks go. Maybe I won't kill you. Luoli wasn't about to rage quit though. She lunged forward. You brat, the man yelled, totally triggered. I could have let you live another century, but you ruined it. No more mercy. He fired off some sharp magic missiles at him. Yun tanked the hit, shouting at his sis to go full aggro. Attack! He absorbed the damage while she rushed the boss. Totally fearless. Sword guy glowed up, realizing that rare artifact was serious business. She unleashed a massive ult. The dude got blasted by the impact. Pink magic nuked him. He screamed and face-planted into the dirt. Yun asked, did we get him? Luali held her zapping sword wary. Nope, not over yet, she said. Suddenly, blue swords spawned everywhere. Bright blue blades locked onto them. The boss floated up. Undead style. I'll loot your corpses, he roared. The Yun frowned. Playtime's over. The Yun looked annoyed. The spectators bailed, terrified of the AO. They ran, scared the sword slashes would wreck the whole mountain. Sprinting past the carriage, one guy spotted the master on the roof, standing there like a boss, surrounded by gold and white lightning. The dude stared in shock. Meanwhile, sword guy went berserk mode. Blue swords swirled around him. The master, chilling in the back, finally fired a blast. The blue swords hit his golden glow and shattered like glass. The boys were saved by that golden shield. Seeing the magic shield, the group figured carriage guy was the culprit. A double attack later, they realized he'd totally ghosted the spot. Meanwhile, Sword Dude was absolutely fuming. He couldn't deal with the fact that his epic strike got no ragin'. He demanded to know who had the guts. The kids yelled in sync. It's our ancestor here to save our butts. Sword Dude finally spotted the white-haired elder standing there. Total confusion. The guy couldn't read Ye Yuan's power level at all. Then it clicked. This old-timer was way out of his league. Time to bounce. If you can't scan your enemy's stats, you're toast. So, he bolted, but Master wasn't having it. Ye Yun just flicked some energy, spawning giant blocky walls right in his face. No exit. He spun around, only to see he was trapped in a glowing pixel box. Sword Dude banged on the wall, screaming, "Who are you?" Clueless why he got boxed. Since they had no beef, Furious L stepped up for the Master. Snapped, "You've been griefing our squad for ages, and now you've won a She hyped up her boss. Meet the 13th Patriarch of the Divine Dragon Sect. She smirked. Getting wrecked by him is a huge honor for a loser like you. The crowd freaked out at Ye Yun's age. What tier is he? Someone whispered, unable to scan him. Master grilled the guy. Who ordered the hits on my Sword Dude shook. Then, boom popped into a glowing red energy blob. The protective box shrank, crushing the blob down tight, and it tumbled down the stairs. Guy chose self-destruct, snitching on the boss. Lee shrugged. Whatever, we'll hack his ghost data for info. The goons froze. The girl turned and barked. Drop all the loot, then get lost. She put him on blast. From today on, Divine Sword Sect is officially cancelled on the Conan continent. Rare items rained down, and the crew rolled out in their carrots, leaving that mess behind. Luli was stoked. It was over. Its chi was totally fried. Remembering Sword Dude, ask Ancestor, did we ID the mastermind? The man frowned. Sacred Balance Sect. From the Holy Wind Dynasty. Luli gasped. That's a whole other kingdom. The guy, Driven tuned his ears to max volume to catch the tea. Spilling between Master and Luli, Ye Yun furrowed his brows. They're just pawns, he said. I bet a heaven tier sect is pulling the strings at the top. Luli grabbed her head, confused. What would those big shots want with our squad? Ye Yun sipped his tea. That's a question for the old fogies from back when the drama started, he warned. Digging up the root of this mess is gonna be tough. Daredevil finally remembered her big sis and asked Master if he'd seen any clues in that sword dude's memories. Master was like, yeah, she was in White Mist Valley, but the Divine Sword goons lost her trail. Louis was just relieved her sister wasn't locked up in a dungeon. Yaya nodded, satisfied, saying they were headed to that valley. He magic boosted the horse, and it zoomed down the road. Later, the wagon driver complained the forest was creepy. You couldn't see 5 feet ahead even with magic eyes. Louis told Yoon it had been 3 months, so her sister might be long gone. She asked Ancestor if he could still track her. Massa said once they got deeper in the search would begin. They stopped, and the squad went to look around. They found a lake with a blue lily. Our heroine stared at the water, shocked to find such a chill spot here. Suddenly, she saw a black cat grooming itself on a rock. It asked them all, menacingly, you scared of getting lost in this fog forever? It told them to scram while they could. Then the cat's eyes bugged out. Lua Li just snatched the kitty by the scruff. The cat was not vibing with this. The girl pointed at the horse to tease him since the horse talked to the cat, got offended by the comparison and scratched the girl. Ouch, she flinched. But the cat held on, suddenly shook, realizing she had dragged blood in her veins. Then the kitty got mad at the horse, glaring daggers. The horse just bonked him with a hoof, knocking the cat down. The kitty was stunned. A horse's spirit was stronger than his master's. He knelt, paused together, and started begging the horse for mercy. Suddenly, Master asked if the cat was guarding the lotus. Yayan realized the cat knew about dragon blood, meaning he'd definitely met their kin, so Master grilled him on where he'd seen them. The cat snickered, sensing this guy was even more OP. Horse bonked him again to hurry him up. The cat, acting all sweet now, said he'd seen a little girl his master gave to the farming dynasty as a trainee. Lual Li dropped to her knees hyped, asking who the boss was and how rich they were. The cat bragged his master was the great gatherer of the heavenly life realms, boss of the 10,000 Beast sect, ordered to guard the lotus. The horse hated him, hyping up some great guy in front of his master, so he shoved the kitty, splashing him into the water. Poor kitty crawled out, leaning on a lily pad, acting cute. I'm just a talking cat. Be nice. Yayon asked Luo Li and Mo Sheng if they wanted to see their sister. They both screamed, yes. Meanwhile, at the 10,000 Beast sect, some dude was laughing and pointing, claiming the girl's power level was trash. She stood there shyly, surrounded by one creep with a pet leopard was snickering at her, acting all tough. Stroking its fur, he smirked. Beat my kitty, and you walk free. He shoved her head, but she snapped back. Get your paws off me. Shenbo got in her face, looming like a tower. Or what, princess? Want me to tell Master you're dying to marry him? He teased. Suddenly, bam, energy blasted between them. A booming voice echoed. You, worthy of a dragon apprentice. As if? The girl gasped. It was her sect, but one goon yelled up. Who's messing with us? We're the 10,000 Beasts sect. A shadow swooped down at her. We'll let him live, the voice said, so you can wreck him later. Revenge is sweet. A cosmic door swirled open, looking epic. It waved her in. She thanked the sky and hopped through the portal. The bullies stood there, jaws dropped, watching reality tear apart. Feet hit the floor, and Luo Li pounced, squeezing her half to death. Best hug ever. She was so stoked, her big sis was actually alive. Wiping away happy tears, Luo Li sobbed. You okay? She stared. She couldn't believe it. Meanwhile, the cat was shaking like a leaf. Master ripped space apart. The cat's brain broke. What level is he? Luo Li grabbed her hands. This ancestor saved my bacon, she gushed. Saved from the sect. She looked confused. Then she saw the boss. Intro? Don the guy asked. How you holding up? Suwon, cue tears. Misty-eyed, she dropped to her knees, face to the floor, profound. Arms folded, she bowed deep. Greetings, master. The Yun sighed. Up you go. He gathered the crew. Disciples united. Luo Li beamed. Hopefully no more splitting up, right? Suwon grinned back. Yeah, I'm sticking to you guys like glue. Poof! A flask appeared in his hand. Primordial dragon blood. Your stats are trash right now? This stuff fixes that fast. The cat's eyes lit up. Legendary dragon juice. Give me some. He was drooling for a taste, but the horse shot him a death glare. The whack horse kicked the cat. Don't even dream about it. Fuzz. I wasn't dreaming. The cat wind. Suwon grabbed the bottle. Just a sip, Luo Li warned, then used the sec technique. Go. A white glow shot from the flask into her mouth. Energy explosion. Boom. She started leveling up like crazy. The cat turned to Brother Ma. Bro, the cat gasped. Is that dragon stuff really that op? One sip, and she's skyrocketing. Is that even legal? The horse nodded. Only works if you've already got dragon vibes. We've only seen a jump this huge once before. It's rare. When primordial stuff replaces the basic stuff, Luo Li cheered. She jumped from level 33 straight to Suwon stared at her glowing hands. Whoa. Next, the master moved. He tossed her the 7-star sword and a fancy new robe. Her jaw hit the floor. A royal robe and a divine sword. For me, the kitty waved a paw. Salty. Does master always spoil them? Giving out loot. The horse was like, nah, boss doesn't do cheap knockoffs. No discount gear allowed. The cat was jelly, wishing his owner was that loaded. Need a mascot. The cat turned on the charm. I can guard the door and brew tea. I'm basically a ninja barista. Then he dropped the epic bloodline lore. Claimed he had that legendary 9-tailed cat DNA flowing through his veins. I'm top 10 beast tier. But growing tail number 3 took literal ages. Old Ona was broke. The cat rubbed on the ancestor's leg, acting all cute. The horse clapped back for the boss. We got enough pets. Thanks, we're full. Luo was hyped, asking the Yun, yo, you hoarding a zoo of divine beasts? Dude said, planned to give you each a starter pack, but changed my mind. It's too soon. Didn't want to wreck your cultivation grind with easy mode. Suwon stepped in. But this kitty is legit. He literally saved my life. Can we keep him, please? She wanted him in the Divine Dragon Squad bad. The Yun eyed the cat. Weak stats, but at least the dude wasn't boring. Not my call, he shrugged. Luo Li is the sect leader. Ask the boss lady. The cat bowed to the girl. Full bag mode. Let me tag along, please. Luo Li nodded. You helped my sis. So yeah, you can roll with us. The cat went nuts, meowing at her feet. I promise I won't be a flop. The master turned to the crew. All right, wrap it up. Time to bounce. Next stop, Divine Wind Dynasty. Since the party got bigger, the Yun popped a subspace in the ride. It's bigger on the inside. Guys, I'll teach you that cheat code later. Then everything glowed bright blue. Boom, warp speed. They teleported straight to the training zone. Master picked this spot. Okay boys, time to power level. Hit level 61st, or bust. Suwon had to focus on learning sect moves. Cody chilled on the horse's head. Need a GPS? He joked. The horse actually agreed. A few days later, they hit the kingdom. Divine Wind Dynasty reached. Some guy was standing by the old man. That's Xing Yinghao, the big cheese of Silver Moon City. White-haired dude was Luo, an elder from the sword sect. Luo asked, so, Sheng, how's the big tournament prep going? Red hair said, selections live. The real show started 3 days ago. Old man was stoked. This competition is huge for my rep. Gotta scout some operokis. Luo made a deal with Sheng right there. Run this smooth, and I'll recruit your kid to the squad. Crowd was insane outside. Shui was there with the kitty on her shoulder. She was salty. Why'd master nerf my stats and make me fight? Why compete? Chernish explained. Boss and bro are busy grinding. They're hitting level 6. You're the noob, so you need XP. Ancestor wants you to farm battle experience. The Yun said he sealed the siblings to. The struggle makes you stronger, best, so don't slack off. You gotta grind just as hard as everyone else. Kodak asked. What are we waiting for then? Let's get this show started. He was on guard duty, promising zero drama would go down. Swanee just wanted to power level fast. Dudes lined up, at the desk. One bro looked super awkward, scratching, his head. I'm Go-Ming, he mumbled. The ref pointed, him, to a seat. Start. Ga got serious, drew his blade, and whacked the testing stone. Boom. Then a random girl, bounced over to Swanee blonde. Pink outfit, total Barbie. She asked if Swanee was here for the sin and name's Lude, fresh on level 2 of the SeaWorld rank. Lou spotted the kitty on Sue's shoulder. Oh my god, can I pet? Neither Sue nor she dug that Lou was treating the mighty Nontails like a stray. He hates strangers, Swanee. Lou shrugged. You hear Sulo? Swanee replied awkwardly. Yeah, I'm new. Kinda clueless about this whole fest. Lu didn't care. No biggie. I'm a repeat visitor. Hit me, ... up, if you need deets. Swanee thanked her. Lu broke, ... it down. Threadier bracket, under 20 years old, ... and SeaWorld stats, you're in. The fight had 3, ... leagues, heavenly, earthly, and human yuan. Winners get loot, and the MVP gets scouted by the top sect. Winners grab prizes, and the best gets invited to become a ... disciple of the big sect. The ref yelled for the next kid. The sect had a cheat code to measure inner strength. Hit the rock, get a color. Gold meant the player had ... heavenly yuan. Red was earthly, white was human, ... frowned. I gotta hit gold. The guy asked her name. She told him, marched to the stone, gave it a glum look, ... and smacked it with everything she had. BAM, instant, ... gold light. Lu gasped. That was the 10th heavenly kid, ... already. Staff guy handed her a badge. Keep this safe. Up on the balcony, some dude what? He sensed she was ... only level 1, yet sparked gold. Her skills were insane. A redhead stood next to him, high-fiving. After all this time, 10 heavenly kids. Nice haul. Means you can draft some serious disciples. But Xing Hao was salty deep down. This put ... his son's spot at risk. He plotted revenge. Battle deck ... arrived. Swanee squared up against some guy. Lu held a grumpy Shia, cheering for her best. The dude ... was like, tell me what. Swanee just grabbed her sword. ... and it was good. He lunged, but Swanee just ... yeeted him with one hit. He smashed into the wall. Crowds scattered, terrified. Suwan took the dub easily. Elder Luau watched from the VIP seats, loving the show. Girl's got strong blood, he thought. Insane potential. Figured out how she deleted Beyond Shan and his level 4 SeaWorld stats with one tap. Xing Hao, chillin' and grinning. Fake nice at Gramps, made a face. He was salty, his boy. Got speed. Decided if the next match was an L, he'd have to intervene. Round 2 dropped. Swanee versus Dongfang. Swanee was annoyed she had to fight back. Then her next op squatted in front of her, acting super sus and cocky. She asked if he was done posing so they could throw hands. Swanee aimed her sword and said since he tried a 24-hit combo, she'd return the favor. She furiously jabbed his arm right through. Dude got blasted by magic blades and dropped KOD and messy. Swanee took the W. The onlookers shook silent. It was dark out and she was still grinding. Fighting scrubs. Won her 9th match but was totally gassed. Xing Hao worried she was farming too much X. From these fights, Elder Luau was hyping her up, asked if she wanted to join his Heavenly Sword crew. She frowned, totally hating the name. Guy cluelessly bragged that his sect was top 3 in the Shenfeng dynasty. He claimed you need mad skills and stats to join, but for her, he'd make an exception. The crowd was shook. Never seen a sect Elder simp this hard and offer a spot like that. Not even the VIPs got that kind of treatment. Lud was gagged too. Didn't know Sis Suwan was that chill. Girl sheathed her sword, turning her back on him, saying hard pass, cause she was already The Divine Dragon Squad, everyone watched her dip from the arena. Elder Luo was raging. Behind him, Xing Ying was loving the drama. Yin stepped up, pointing a finger, screaming, how dare you ghost the Elder, and talking trash. She was over it, glowed with energy, turned her head and told him to quit yapping. Her team, Xing Ying, decided to test her. Limit sent 5 dudes at her. Swanee wrecked them all. With one punch, they fled, terrified. Lude, hugging her kitty, decided to assist. The boss battle coming up might be too much. Blonde girl looked sadly at the equally sad cat, said he needed to go somewhere, but he swatted her. Hand in Xing Ying Hao swooped down on then rushed her. The black-haired girl thrust her sword, but he grabbed it. Random goons spawned and attacked. Suwan sensed a dude creeping from behind, spun around, and jammed her blade right into his throat. Enemy dropped, clutching his neck. The others freaked that she literally leveled up. Xing Jing, he was big mad she wrecked his crib, swearing she wouldn't see sunrise. Lude was hunting a seal. When random goons popped up, plotting to offer pal, she drew her blade, yelling back off. She rocked. Level 2, Yuan power plenty to handle this. Dude gaped, confused. Lude suddenly pulled a Wanadi and they chased. Blondie knew escaping these creeps would be tough. Totally lost. She spotted Zhao He, littered the ground. Jinghao knelt before her. She aimed her steel, vowing to crush anyone dissing her squad personally. Guy threatened. Offed him. The city boss. Her crew was toast. Ashita snapped back she was done playing nice. A blue Specklet the Skylder Luo, diving right at her. Suddenly, a giant cat blocked him. Then it shrank back. Hopping on her shoulder, it had ripped Lua's arm off. Old dude didn't even see what hit him. One swipe, arm gone. Some Rondo stepped up, holding Luda hostage. Telling Swanee freeze, or she dies, Heroine frowned. Asking his deal. He panicked. Don't look at me like that. Just then, the Yun dropped from the sky. Clueless, this tiny contest became a total chaotic mess. Swanee and Kitty were stoked. Master praised her. Bummed, she lost. Her prize. Ancestor glowed gold. Lua tried fleeing up, spotting him, but the Yun already fired magic his way. Old guy got skewered by swords and went. Boom! His minions scrambled. Lude stood there. Swanee rushed over, untying her. You good? Then the ancestor asked if Shang Yuchua is her relative. She eyed him, scared. Swanee said, chill, he's my sect. Master Ludi explained Chang was their first boss. Super famous back in the day. The Yun saw the family. Never thought he'd meet his kin. After ages, he asked why she was here. She sighed, saying home was far and broke. Only her big brother trained. So this contest was her only shot. She moved here months ago. Swanee felt guilty, blaming herself for the mess. But Blondie was like, chill, I would have failed anyway. Luda thanked her for the save, deciding to bounce. Since there was 0 point staying, she invited them over. Master said yes. Swanee looked confused. Luda turned to leave, but Swanee grabbed her hand. We're free. Let's hang at your place now. Blondie turned, warning her, it's a super long trek though. 2 months from home. Suwon giggled. What's the big deal? Seriously. We've got wheels, hooves. The horse behind them gave major Some weirdos flew up to the Chang crib, screaming for Chang. They demanded the gear. The family head looked super bummed, telling them his squad was too small to fight 6. Deity. The Sky dude cracked up. He claimed he hated bullying noobs, but it wasn't his fault that Chan fam was totally irrelevant. The stranger yelled to cough up the secret moves to end this peaceably, or else he'd wreck the whole family. The Chang boss grabbed his sword, refusing to ghost his ancestors' rules. Even if they got wiped out today, the guys yeeted themselves into battle. Their minions squared up too, staring each other down hard. Just like their bosses, they had zero chill. One blasted a huge energy wave right at his enemy, who popped a shield bubble real quick, but it cracked instantly. Ludi showed up just as her dad took the L. The enemy had already clapped him and held a sword to his neck. Smugly, the guy told Chan's daughter to talk sense into her pops, demanding the skills or else he'd threaten to game over her first. Dad screamed at his girl, but she stayed quiet. Then, the bully grabbed his shirt and started. Ludi stood there, shook. He swung at her, but another sword blocked it cold. The weapon snapped. Enter an angry Suwon. Meanwhile, Yayun entered the house. He stepped inside, grabbing some incense sticks like a respectful dude. He walked up to the tombstone. That was his bestie right there. His main hype man. Thanks to him, he reached the life and death level. Even with a god-tier body, the master was sad. No one lasts forever. It sucked meeting his pal like this after 100 years. Yaya told the grave not to stress about the after all, his crew was still kicking. He promised to look out for them, out of mad respect. Back at the fight, the thieves decided to bail ASAP. But the girl wasn't having it, and chased them. Suwon dropped the 9-dragon god move. She leveled up instantly, her power surging. Lade was like, wait, how did she? Glitched straight to the 3rd level of the god-becoming world. Floating like a boss, Suwon said her master sealed her power with a secret nerf so she could join the competition, just to grind XP. Now the blonde girl saw her new friends, real stats. The whole Chan crew was hyped. They were saved. An angry Suwon walked up to the guy who wanted the skills. The dude was raging. He tried to get up off the floor, but the girl swung her sword and sliced his arm clean off. The chief yelled. He raged at his minion, asked him what he was good for, and ordered him to call back up. The lackey shot fireworks. The one-armed bandit and his sidekick reached Elder Chu's place. Chu was ticked off that his goon failed an easy quest and lost an arm doing it. Suddenly, he spotted the Demon Realm sect logo on his cloak. One of the big 3 sects. He finally knew who the mastermind was. No Hands drops to his knees, claiming some wild, unexpected drama popped up, begging Elder Su to save his butt. Zu tosses the Guna potion, saying patch, that leaked first. While he goes to Chosu, steps to Su Wani Shukdak, girl number 3, of God tier actually, chopped Shen's arm. That guy was seriously way buff. She glares, clocking him. This dude is chilling on the divine bridge, so she figures she's toast. Yayun spots a flash up top, realizing a new player joined in sensing. Suwani's way out of her league. In the cart, Mo and Luau were grinding XP, boom. Dude gets the ancestor. Ping, Yun is stoked. 2 finally brawl. Suwani is getting wrecked by Ju. Gerg hits the dirt. Luo runs over, freaking out. Blood is leaking from her lip, total shivers. The dude looms at, says he didn't want to step in cause his bones are ancient. Dustluta blocks him, yelling at since his sidekick, Noob, failed. He tapped in. Dude gives her a total psycho stare, claiming if he plays, it's game over. He screams. Her fam tree gets deleted right here. The Chan clan? Squad froze hearing that trash talk. Under the clear blue sky, Mo spawns, facing Ju. Guy yells, who dis- the kid lulls Suwani is pumped to see bro. Yoon tells sis, no. Sweat, he's here to carry. Ju is shook that this rondo. Kid hit divine bridge level so young. His sister was also Flordeski. Yoon shyly admits the boss made him go AFK to train, and then boom, out of nowhere, his stats leveled up. He points his sword at Ju, asking how. He dares troll his sis. Time to school this clown. The man sweats, buckets, the boys rush in, weapons clashing. Harg, Jews, minions, bail. The girl tells the crew to wreck the mobs. Lu's dad blocks M, and Suwani zooms from behind, slashing a shoulder. Guy drops like a brick. While Ju fights, he yells, you wrecked my minion. Distracted, he eats a hit to the shoulder. Yoon grills him, eyes on me when we duel. Bruh. Ju grabs his arm, blood gushing like a fountain. He totally hated getting owned by a noob. But what's worse is Yoon isn't solo. Guy decides to rage quit fast. He pops a smoke bomb, Mo swings, but slices air. Ju is gone. Lude cries happy tears that they won. She thanks the girl, cause without her, the fam would have been history. Suwani tells her to chill, but she's bummed cause it's a top sect. Hurrah, fam barely dodged a wipe. Master drops in to tell Lude it's just a demon sect. Zero reason to panic. Suwani and Lu are hyped, seeing Master Yayun with the squad's chilling in the room with a wrecked dude. On the bed, the big boss pours some potion in his mouth, then casts a spell. Blondie's all sad, like, can you fix my bro? The healer's like, easy dub. Then Papa Chang drops the lore, saying his son got bodied by the Shen family beef. 3 days ago, his meridians got fried. Doc said it was game over, no more leveling up. Dad just wants him to live, begging Neon to clutch up. Suddenly, the kid wakes up. He sits up, confused, like, yo, what's the tea? Dad freaks out, jumps over screaming, lay back down. You're hurt, but wait, ... The dude's at full health, 0 damage. Dad drops to his knees, totally fanboying over the master, thanking him for the carry. The Yun helps him up and goes, chill, your ancestor Chang Yu Chen was my homie. Dad's brain breaks realizing this guy is like ancient, over 100,000 years old. Wild. Then a blue sigil lights up. The Yun drops a barrier on the manor. No noobs, below Fate World. Can scratch it now? He tells Papa Chang, this is the seal. Keep it safe. Dad takes it. Master also drops a new skill book. The Chang family technique, cause their old build was trash. Use this meta instead. Plus, they need Juanyang stones to level up. So the UN opens a portal to a private server that only Chang fam can enter. It's stacked with loot inside. Should be plenty. Dad looks at the rewards, totally shook. He bows down again, practically worshipping, saying, I can never repay this flex. Later, the wagon rolls out, leaving the fam bowing in the dust. That secret dungeon opens once every 5 years, so the boys decide to grinding for stones. The Chang family steps into the unknown. Bro picks up a rock, eyeing it, first time seeing real Yuanyang stones. Then they look up and lose their minds. The mountain is one giant loot drop. Meanwhile, elsewhere, 3 floaty dudes are hovering over a river, forming a triangle. To gank someone, they set a trap and a red fish jumps out. One wizard is hyped, thinking they caught the legendary golden dragonfish. But then something crashes straight into their catch. They stare at the splash, terrified. It's Mr. Ju, surfing on the fish. Blondie asks, yo, sup? Ju begs for help, cause he's being The bad guy rages. Who's dumb enough to mess with the Demon Realm sect? Moang pops up, sword on his back, walking up like a boss. The goons step to him. The blonde villain starts laughing, roasting him for being stuck at Divine Bridge level. Then he makes a crazy face, powering up. He asks for a name, so he knows what to put on the tombstone. Classic bad guy. Mo Shang puffed his chest, dropping his name like a total boss. But when the dude heard, he repped the Divine Dragon crew. He looked totally lost. Never heard of him. The injured Rue piped up, saying it was that exact Dragon Squad that backed the Changs and called them trash. That made the guy go nuclear, swearing he'd make M pay for running their mouths. Blondie yelled at his boys to intercept. They threw up some weird hand signs instantly. At the same time, Mo Shang aimed his blade at Ru, but the goons tried to wipe Mo Shang with a sword formation. Blades zoomed at him. Meanwhile, a carriage cruised through the woods. Yayun sensed her bro, Junmo, was in deep trouble. Suwon was totally down to help, but the guy was like, nah, she's too weak for this crew. So he'd already pinged Luo Li. Mo Shang nearly got skewered by a glowing beam, leaving him shook. Blondie moved in for the kill. But bam! Luo Li crashed the party to save her. He claimed he had it handled though. They stood back to back, ready to brawl. She didn't argue, just told him to stay sharp. The blonde dudes watched them, creepy, silent, then screamed, "What are we waiting for?" and ordered. The hit, glowing swords rocketed toward Luo Li and Mo Shang, but the duo blocked it like pros. Suddenly, Ru noticed something fishy. Things were changing. Blondie saw it too. They had to hustle. Since the clock was ticking, magic swirled around the guy and his squad. Luo Li stared, totally confused. Horns actually sprouted on their heads. They were raging, demanding more power. Mo Shang eyed their new look and said, "We can do that too." She guessed. He meant that fusion trick they learned. He said they needed to show these scrubs the skill gap. Luo Li was down, and the merge started. She got wrapped in this epic golden glow. The blonde dude freaked out, realizing they had a transformation. Too. Her brother laughed, totally gloating. Their dragon move was Zopi Vin level 1 gave a 5 times boost. 2 combat stat. But Luo Li, swinging her blade, warned they had to rush cause the cost was boiling blood. They were on a strict timer. Blondie charged straight at our girl. She swung at him with everything she had. Her blade clashed right into the blonde guy's terrified face. A massive golden light lit up the sky. The enemies below hyped up their leader. Mo Shang rushed at them, swinging his sword until they gasped for air. Meanwhile, standing aside and watching, Ru couldn't believe his eyes. He was spooked. It wanted to bolt out of there fast, but suddenly, right in front of him, saw a cat just chillin', licking its paws. Ru didn't know how it got there, but he didn't sense any demon vibes, so he figured it was just a stray. But he still got a bad feeling. He put his hands up, trying to sneak past while saying sorry to the kitty. Suddenly, the cat popped its claws and slashed him. Just then, a carriage rolled up. Luo Li and Mo Shang were stoked that the big boss was here. Suwon stepped out, holding Yayu. Teach told the squad to chill on the transformation. Hex from now on. It was wrecking their bods. Their grind. The dude admitted it was super hard, and he was totally spinning. Cody sat on the loser and roasted Mo, saying bloodlines didn't matter, he was just a total noob. The guy turned bright red. Sui cracked up, telling her Losis to relax. After pulling such a wild stunt, Luo Li rubbed her head, all awkward, and giggled too. Yayun gave the fish a look and told Shiai to smash the seal. He did it fast, and poof, the fish became a teen boy. He thanked the seal, but Shiai was like, "Don't thank me, brah. Big boss ordered it." The kid was shook. Then Yayun loomed over him, looking epic. He instantly dropped to his knees. "Name's Lun Yu," he said, bowing to the chief. Luo Li waved him off, annoyed. "Have some dignity. He ain't your grandpa." But the kid sulked, saying he was from the Golden Dragonfish Squadda, legit Dragon Clan spinoff. He could vibe with the true noble dragon blood, and the boss master was human. Sure, but he had that ancient dragon juice pumping through him. Not Lun Yu's ancestors though. The kid started to argue, but an ancestor cut in, admitting Lun Yu actually did have dragon DNA. He didn't get why the kid was stuck at level 6 of the divine bridge though. Why so weak? Lun, you spilled the tea. Used to be a massive crew, but now only 20 or 30 peeps were left. They had to hide deep under the river, relying on a glitchy shield left by some ancient sect. It was the only way to avoid game over. Master noted the river was super far away. Since the kid came solo, Master guessed someone back home hurt bad. So the kid swam all the way here to snag the golden lotus. Lun Yu was hyped. The master was so big, he said. His clan leader was critical. While waiting for the loot to spawn, they got jumped. Yayun stepped onto the water like a boss and strolled to the center. He dumped a mysterious bottle into the lake. The water lit up and a lotus popped right up. Luo Li stared, totally starstruck, as Master worked his voodoo. Yaya tossed the ready-to-go lotus to Lun Yu. The kid was shook. He'd been farming that plant for 2 years, and this dude did it. In minutes, total cheat codes. Yayun got serious and told Lun to guide them to the Conlin River, straight to his base. Fish chilling deep in the river. Shiai sniffed the air, saying the vibes were super off and gross. Down deep was a wrecked city. The squad walked through the rubble under a safety bubble. Luo Li looked around. These ruins have been here since the dragon carp days. Suddenly, a ghost with no eyes loomed over her. Freaked out, she bounced back right into Shuan's arms. Lunyu told them to chill. Just glitchy holograms, he said. Totally harmless. Mozang poked his hand through the weird portal thing and told his sit. Chill. Zero danger here. Louis blushed hard, claiming she wasn't scared. He just jumps. Her sister totally cracked up. At her suddenly some horned dude with a pitchfork rolled up. He was salty that outsiders crashed their turf. Lunu shouted at him. Once the guy recognized him, he chilled out, but didn't get why bro brought randoms. The kid said literally nothing. Just asked for the boss and flexed that he snagged a colored golden lotus. His buddy was shook. He opened a portal to warp to the clan chief. A merman dude sat there on a bench, eyes shut tight. Lunyu Ya popped in, happily shouting for the chief, bragging about the lotus. Standing right behind him was the master. Chief saw Yeyun and bowed his face super low. He was the 54th ruler of the lake. His crew spun around to gawk at the OG ancestor. Yeyun was shockingly surprised that the Dragonfish clan had swapped over 50 generations. Lunu whipped out a box with a scroll, opened it. Boom, pick of Ye. Yun? He checked the pick versus the real dude. Total match. Confirmed. The clan boss bowed his head and started bawling. He said like 100,000 years passed. Never thought he'd see him. Yeyun said to get up. Said he wasn't the boss anymore, but a totally different peep. Luli stepped into the aisle. Massa said she's the big boss now. Just call him. Master the Gura was totally lost, clueless about the vibe. And Lunqing spilled the tea. Their ancient fam actually came from the dragon sect 100,000 years back. Some guy dropped a fancy dragon carp in this lake, then asked Mr. Hongfu to train. Boon, Dragon Carp clan was born. Yahello spotted a nasty blade scar on Ling's body. He frowned and asked who did it. Guy said their fam used to hang near Shenfeng 7, but bumped into a tough cultivator from the blade sect who wanted to turn them into meds. Lunqing was way too weak, so he lost his tail. Power tanked from Nirvana to the 10th level Divine Bridge. Barely lived. She was absolutely livid when hearing about that cursed blade sect again. Suddenly, magic started. Swarming. Yayin Lanking stared, shook. He remembered that back then the Lord was the top dog. Figured he had probably already hit true god level. Swana shielded her face from the blinding glow. Ancestor thought it was exactly like when he saved her. He ripped open space. Lunching was amazed that his lord really hit true god mode. The monk ghosts poured out of the temple with a massive energy blast. There was a wooden plank at the lake bottom. A glowing hand popped out. A man rose up, glowing bright blue. A crazy amount of ghost monks floated above. He started snacking on souls, but suddenly got yeeted by the neck to a new spot, screaming his lungs out. Master slammed him down, asking which punk dared pull that stunt. Dude reached for his sword, acting tough. Butup's no weapon. Nothing flew to his hand. He panicked, screaming, "Why's my sword?" Moja blocked. Lunqing clocked him fast. It was Li Gongsun. Li knew him too. The Yun barked orders at Lun. Li backed up, terrified, but Fishy zoomed over and grabbed his dome instantly. Lunqing laughed like a maniac. I mean, he was basically dead a second ago, now wrecking his rival. The Yun said, "Wait, don't kill him yet." Told him to scarf that golden lotus fast, and promised to fix his bod. Luo Li, chillin' behind Gramps, said when she met the boss, his skeleton grew meat instantly, right in front of her. Lun was shook that such magic existed. Finally, dude grew a tail and legs. The fishhead thanked Lord the Mosang, watching from the stairs, saw spooky monarch spirit illusion floating their way. He swiped at it, asking, "Who's there?" The goss groaned and vanished. Luo Li asked, "What was that?" The Yun said ancient hero souls woke up because his power vibes were too strong. Lun said 10,000 years back, a sect called Taiwan Men existed, found their tablet in some ruins by total accident. The Yun basically got the gist, told the squad to come check it out. There was this statue, but it split, and a spirit popped out. Luo Li was like, "Master, what is it?" The Yun said it was a sect boss. He woke from a demonic statue. Nap heroic souls are basically leftovers of powerful dead monks. After kicking the bucket, they hoard spirit energy to build a ghost bod. Usually, that's it. But some monks had big brains and restored their memories. This statue was one of them, worshipped for ages, gathered tons of juice. But then people stopped caring, so the spirit ate its fan. Souls and when evil. It saw the crew, craving their beating hearts. The monster jumped up and lunged at them. Lunqing freaked seeing the soul monks. Then the furious monster he wanted to charge in, but the ancestor stopped him, saying, "Bro, sit down. You're way too weak. Only Nirvana level, please." Master told the cat to throw hands since they were both level 7. Zhao was pumped. He'd been stuck at this level 100 years. Monster froze, seeing the fierce kitty dive bombing him in a glow. But suddenly, the cat's ghost cop at him. Faced a demon cat with an extra tail. Demon attacked. Real kitty ducked, shaking. Extra tail. Demon kitty attacked Zhao. The real cat ducked as the enemy hits were insane. Xiai of the ghost cat watched in total panic. Suddenly, Master's voice dropped in, hyping him up. Yo, beat this guy to evolve. It's your big break, dude. Yayuan assisted, and the kitty got all tear. Sparks flew, gold lightning everywhere. He squared up to fight his inner demons. The baddie lunged, but Xiao struck first right in the face. The ghost screamed like a banshee. It was toast. So Demon Cat finished him. Bam! Then Xiai started glowing. Fast poof, a fourth tail popped out. He hit tier 2, stoked. The kitty dove at Yun's feet, sobbing buckets of thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, boss. But the horse yeeted him off Master's leg. Get off him, you clingy weirdo. Xiai didn't care though. He was too hyped about his fresh fourth tail. Lun Qing saw the horse punt the nine-tailed cat and gasped. Whoa, that pony is stronger than the cat. Yay. Yun told Lun Qing to chill. Yo, pack up. The sect is gonna blow up big time, and Dragon Lake is back in business. Massa asked if his fam wanted to pledge loyalty to the Divine Dragon Squad. Again, Lun Qing dropped to his knee. Beggin', the Colored Fish crew just wants our lake back, and our XL. Please, take us back. Ye Yun reached out, warning them. For now, chill in the ocean realm, while we fix the Dragon Lake. The dudes heading there were super grateful to Master. Luli gave props to the boss lady, but she was shocked. The fishies returned. Man with the fancy bottle told her, you're the boss. Now, they're your minions. She glowed, promising to recruit mad beasts to buff their guild stats. But first, Master said, grind your levels. You three are the face of the Divine Dragon Sect. Ye Yun looked at Su. You're the noob here, he teased gently. Go hide in the carriage for a few days and process that X from the tournament. Then he tossed the cat a flask. 1,000 Emperor pills. You and the horse pop one a day. You'll hit Destiny rank soon. Luli got suspicious. Though reaching for her ancestor, almost crying, she asked, are you ditching us? But he patted her head. Nah. Leaving, he explained his power was about to explode, fearing it'd trigger a chaotic apocalypse. So he needed a quiet spot. Congrats on passing, true god, she sniffed. Still worried he'd bail, Ye Yun promised not to go anywhere until he carried them all to the immortal world. The cat, clutching the flask like a treasure, asked the horse, what's... After true god, the horse kicked him again. None of your beeswax. Yayun then opened a portal for them. Booted him again. Not for your ears. Yayun opened a portal. Him told the boys to keep grinding. Then he dipped. Time for them to adult soul. Luli was crying a Teach warped out via portal. She was clingy, couldn't let go. Even for a sec. The air was buzzing with static shocks. Magic squiggles shot up from the floor, tearing towards the sky, opening void holes. Boss dude atop Conan continent, watching the chaos. Honestly, in hundreds of thousands of years, it hadn't changed. Boring. Suddenly, 2 glowing dots popped from a hole. He checked him. One emo dude said it was a flop. Even teaming up, they couldn't hit up the Tunin Road. Immortal Worlds? Useless. But the other guy was nah. Some max level players made it. That's the strat. Yayun slid over. Yo, spill the tea. On this road, the dudes didn't sense his op aura or see any stats. We're Master played it cool, saying he was a solo noob without a guild. Said he was back from AFK and heard the chat, one explained. 90,000 years ago, Ice Phoenix guild leader. Hit the level cap. He pieced out a Ganon on this. Path 8 later dubbed Tunin Road. But only 3 pros ever cleared it. The boss didn't know if the Phoenix guy was his homie, but figured he'd ask if they crossed paths. He thanked the guys for the intel. Yeeted himself into the hole. One dude gasped. Whoa, he's cracked. A golden stairway spawned for you. He started climbing Divintier graphics. Pretty wild. Even for him, but it was too early to quit. Conan, Serva. He worried about Luli and the squad. They needed to level up fast. Near the camp, siblings ran by. Sis yelled, move it. Swordstone event is live. Luli heard the hype. She ran to Mozu. Sword King Stone is open. Let's go raid it. She wanted in. But bro was unsure. Elder is AF. He worried. Locked in her room. Can't ditch her. She grabbed the cat's neck. Kitty's on babysitting. Duty horse too. We gotta grind XP. Mo Sang was salty though. Since Boas left, our stats back to God mode. Luli flew out. What's the panic? Why so scared? She wasn't sweating it. We're Divine Bridge level 2. Total op status. Crowds camped the big rock. Meeting the Sword Clan. A dude scowled hard at the stone. I'm gonna crack this code? Easy. Suddenly she saw Lu Li. He raged that these low scrubs dared to crash his enlightenment party. Mang reached for the weird rock ahead. Yo, getting some serious vibes here. Feels super familiar. Suddenly, some random dude storms up to the squad. Move it, losers, he barked. Shou Yang's sword sect master coming through. As he strutted over, the girl nudged her bro. Ever heard of these clowns? Nope. Shenfeng Dynasty has 3 big leagues, and this ain't one. Totally fake news. The shy young guy, Lin Ye, ignored the shade. He just sneered. Bet you noobs can't even read the gibberish on this rock. Mozan kept it chill. We're just passing through. Dude, Gakaris, thought we'd peep the scenery. No drama. White hair smirked, looking toxic. Scared to stand near a pro? I'm a level 10 godrealm beast. You should be shaken. Mang blinked, totally lost. Why are kids these days so full of themselves? Lu stepped up, ready to roast Lingir. How about a challenge? She smirked. Who gets woke faster in 3 days? Whoever learns the most wins. You lose? You're my butler for 3 days. Lin busted out laughing. You bet against me. I'm a prodigy, sweetie, born genius. Huh? Lu teased. Or are you just chicken? You're on, he snapped. When you lose, that shiny sword is mine. Furious, she flared her aura. He powered up to. The crowd went wild. Everyone loved the drama. The trio plopped down to meditate. Mentally, Mozang messaged his sister. This rock vibe is weirdly familiar. Pretty sure our old boss wrote this graffiti, he thought. A red orb floated up. Shii the cat pounced, catching it midair. Gulpy swallowed the pill. A voice boomed. Living the good life. Huh. That 5th tail is almost yours. Shii thought it was his master. Best choice ever. Sticking with you. Boss, he purred internally. But when he looked up, not the boss, just some weird stranger. It was the horse, now looking like a dude. Hey, the horse guy said. Remembering his guard duty, Shii guess I gotta save him. But horse guy stopped him. Nah, chill. Just train and watch. He stretched out. Meanwhile, Lula and Mozang were deep in the zone. Boom, 9 sword souls popped up at once. Totally unheard of. Even the old legends couldn't spawn that many. Maybe 6. Tops. The ghost swords floated there. The bystanders were losing their minds. Instant mastery of the sword? King Stone. Insane. They cheered. Lin looked over, panicked. He sadly realized he was falling behind. He only had 4 swords. How are they doing that? He thought, salty. Up on the cliff, a masked dude watched. Been 1,000 years, ... Never thought I'd see a genius. Unlock 9 souls again. It was a total miracle. The masked guy let out a huge sigh of relief. Finally, someone worthy to inherit his sword, King Legacy. Crack! The stone started splitting, then totally shattered. 2 souls flew out. Suddenly, Lewis leveled up to a 10th sword. Lin, why totally flipped out? Weren't there supposed to be 9? Luo Li hopped up, flexing the sword. Chi, the old boss, left her. She leveled up, hit tier 3, in god mode, ranked up to admitting he was totally shook. Who knew there'd be 9 heavenly lotus swords? He peeped the ancestor's stash. She sang a set owned by some warrior queen who a sword god. She wondered who'd dare fight him. Suddenly, the peanut gallery started screaming, swearing they were stuck there for smashing the rock. That stones are sex life. No way were they. Letting the duo bounce. Then, a voice from above yelled Zapit. They looked up at a level 10. Fate World boss. A masked dude floated down too. The squad? Stone Guardian. He was surprised. Unlocked the 10th sword, soul trapped inside. Since the Sib snagged the Sword King's loot, he demanded they join his guild. The mob glared. Luo Li snapped. This sword came from a divine dragon OG. It just returned to its rightful owner. Lin slid over, hissing about what she was holding, begging her to say yes. Since this was an invite from a secret clan way buffier than the big 3. She hated taking advice from a loser, but he owned his defeat, pleading with her to join. Zero doubt. Mozang grabbed her shoulder, laughing. Bro, Luo Li leads the Divine Dragons. Pointing at Masky, he added, our boss wrecks you. So, we aren't ditching our crew. Masky got triggered. The air shimmered with rage. Rejection hurt. So, he decided to steal their XP back. Lin panicked. That they ticked him off? Doomed. But the girl was hyped to test the new moves. The combo used dual blades, so the Sibs feared nobody. Masky fired energy beams, but his attack got stuffed by Yayun, spawning just in time to crush the magic in his fist. You know, Masky gasped. How do you know that name? Chill, Master said. Stop hoarding old battle scars. He named the ancestor, and Luo Li went ballistic. Nobody disrespects Master. She charged, almost tagging him, but he dodged. Master said, whatever. The legacy found its heirs, so the drama is over. But Yayun had to punish the dude for bullying his students. Rocks floated as he rose up. sentencing Masky to timeout for 500 years. The guy knelt and said thanks. Suddenly, poof, some dude materialized from the rocks. Creeper stare on. He claimed the master grounded him hard. Said 500 years was plenty to cross the destiny line. Master's clone was right there, so no room for rookie errors. He prepped early, dying to see what the mini-boss would do. Luo Li was nosy Tooniverse, saw the old guy act this way, figured that lady must be super tight with him. Ask later, she thought. Linhua tried to bail quietly, but the girl blocked him. He saw they were big shut pupils, and said my bad for helping. Then the heroine spoke up. Heard a weird beast was near. Don't need a butler, but you lost the bet. So, lead the way. Loser. He knew she meant the Thunder Beast. She kept PPING, saying, her and bro heard the gossip and wanted a peek. Lin, why? Warned. The three great sects are hunting it. They hired an army, you gotta watch your back. She just shrugged. Lin gave her a salty look. Figures. She did reject that cultivator invite earlier. She's the mystery sect boss with 10 sword souls. Ancient power, blah blah. He saw Luo Li puffing up. Not scared of the sects. Lin Y decided. Fine. You want drama? Go for it. He planned to ghost him. No way, he's dying for this. I'll take you there. He lied. They found the giant bird chilling in the water. 3 groups were spying on it. Talk about awkward timing. How do we split the loot? One guy asked. Another dude played nice, asking the Divine Balance girl first. She was happy to take it, but Mr. Nice Guy clarified. I said, speak, not take. Suddenly, annoyed, everyone stared at the beast. The bird froze up. Blue light exploded around it. It looked epic. I want it, the girl squealed. Bro said, careful, IT's got thunder. She waved him off. I'll be gentle. Red energy beams shot out. The bird blasted them. Lin ducked behind a rock, peeking. He panicked seeing the 3 sects. Demon realm guy? Stood on a cliff, charging up some nasty magic. Wanted to show off, but the bird rushed him. Boom. Beast lightning smashed the rock under his feet. Other guys jumped in. The girl fired her magic strings. She snagged the bird. A guy hit it, knocking it down. Horn dude was waiting below. Ready to finish it? Bird closed its eyes, doomed. Then Luo Li yelled, hey, get that freak away. She sliced the ribbons like a fruit ninja. Birdie swooped down. Finally free. Mo Shang was already zooming. Blade out, aiming for Horn Guy. But the dude caught the sword and yeeted it into the wall. Neela hit Lala. Horn Guy was raging, yelling to waste all. Luo Li and Mo Shang chilled by the hurt bird. Suddenly, the sky lit up with a gazillion blue dots. Dots rained down. Linga hid behind the bird, shaking, covering his head, convinced he was totally toast. Against the 3 sects attack, magic swooshed by, but Lu Yi blocked it like a boss. Loei snapped out of it. Fam was brawling. Hard to save the bird from the sect creeps. Mo Shang leaped at the baddies, itching to try his heavenly lotus knife. Dual-wield style, his magic blasted them, knocking everyone flat. Then green hair and Horn Guy flew at him, trying to jump him but zap. A red energy beam sliced right through him. They screamed. Lu Yi matched her bro, noting combined sword. Moves are double the trouble. Lazi got up and flew to back them up. Suddenly, one baddie remembered something. Those siblings snatched a heritage stone. Dagrock gave smaller sects big brain powers. Taking it caused major drama for the small sects and the secret sword crew. Red-haired girl heard this and was like, call the elders of the 3 sects, or we're gonna lose all our noobs. No need to call though, the elders just showed up uninvited. Luo Li yelled, yo, we aren't from Sword Palace. One geezer heard of Divine Dragon Sect and knew they offed Elder Luo in sect. Another said they smoked Elder Ru. Of his squad, their boss ordered a manhunt, never expecting them to just walk in. The third guy said, let's jump them together. A blue vortex opened up. The dudes felt someone coming. A guy stepped out with a white leopard and a massive snow giant. One elder recognized them as the Guy Mountain monsters. He was confused why they were here with a human. Other elder panicked. That ain't human. It's a monster way buffer than those 2. Luo Li asked her bro, doesn't he look familiar? She figured it out, pointed, and screamed at the hero. Big black horse. Get him. The guy grumbled, annoyed. His pets were shocked. Red-haired elder laughed. This is a great demon who trained for ages. He found it funny. She thought he'd obey. Famous last words. But Zep lightning blew his head right off his shoulders. The other 2 gaped in horror. The guy told his beasts to wreck the trio. Leopard and giant charged to do it. So, Black Horse Dude swoops down to the crew. The young sect leader was totally stoked. He recognized him, but the girl just smirked, saying his dad ordered him to babysit. She teased that he'd ridden over because he was terrified. Dude was super salty because he came to save their butts, not get roasted by runts. A giant and a leopard. Black horse, looking totally human, high-five the girl for the catch, claiming boss man would be stoked when he returns. Luoli rolled her eyes, did a heavy sigh, and groaned that this trio ruined their stealth vibe. Suddenly, Jay pops up behind her, bows like a dork, and begs to tag along. Luli spins around, blushing hard. The guy sees nobody's bugging her, and the beast is acting like a chill pup. Then wish the sky glitters? Girl freaks, clueless about the magic show. Guy goes, relax. It's just the patriarch leveling up. Lightning cracks the sky right next to the old geezers. Zap! One elder panics. Yo, that ain't normal thunder. It's the thunder of sorrow. A bolt crashes near the leopard. Kitty jumps, yelling, your boss doesn't give a rip about us? Black horse gets spicy, tells the beast that thunder the insane power he used to have. Ancestors got legit, true god energy. Luoli clasps her hands, begging Black Horse not to crash their fight with the rival clans. They wanted to grind XP and get buff on their own. They didn't want to shame the patriarch. Black Horse nods, bet, but if it gets messy, holler at me. He floats up, death staring the back guys, making it clear he wasn't playing games. Zero chill. The dudes whipped out blades and yeeted themselves into battle. Wrapped in a glowy burrito, they summoned some fancy blue flower power. Zap, lightning hit. But mega blooms popped up behind the sibs like anime effects. Old dude saw the glow up but scoffed. Fef still low level noobs. Only bridge level 4. Trash. He signaled his goons to delete them. Hornhead chugged a potion and went full beast mode. His spiky buddies, got the memo and charged the duo. Sis aimed her flowers like a sniper. Bro zoomed in, blasting magic at the haters while shielding the fam. Dark Horse watched from the sidelines. Shook. Whoa, they leveled up fast. Must be those tiger dragon cheats. A pills. Suddenly, a zapper. Aimed right for his face. He blocked it with a bare hand like a boss. He frowned. Wait, this lightning is weak sauce. Totally nerf. Suddenly, Big Boss floated down. Dude was past true god tier. Scary. He summoned a spicy fireball. Since the squad was buffed on pills. They were ready to run it back. He threw the god's tear orb at supposedly a training tool. Yeah, right? The glowing death ball, zoomed at the duo. They got wrapped in shiny gold visuals. Clutch time. To wreck these noobs, they swapped up their sibs unleashed, double dragons. The bad guys had never seen such flex. Still thought they could win. Delusional. The demon yelled orders. Smash the gold thingy overhead first. It was buffing their stats like crazy. They rushed the orb, but Mr. Black Horse went full rage mode. Don't touch the boss's gear. He aimed his shield at a demon lurking nearby. You want to throw hands? Fine, he yelled, but stay away from my magic ball. Demons mobbed the squad. Mawang realized they were cooked, even with Big Boss carrying them too many mobs. He told his sis, fusion time. She was like, chill bro, these noobs ain't worth our ult. They just needed to camp a bit longer. The boss's energy transfer was about to trigger a massive level up. Boom, Louis and Mozang evolved. An enemy elder dropped his jaw seeing they just hit Tier 5 Divine Bridge. He signaled his crew. Retreat, someone OP is power leveling them. We can't lose anymore. Students, the bad guys scrambled to grab their wounded and bounce. Black Horse Guy dipped in the water, grumbling. If L hadn't stopped me, I would have soloed the whole lot. With my bare hands, the siblings landed, knowing he wasn't bluffing, but thanked him for holding back. Suddenly, someone swooped down. They spun around it. Was Jayu? Sup? Master Beasts lurked behind the kids. The boss raised a hand. Zap. A massive lightning bolt fried the beasts nearby. The squad was shook. Those outsiders? Master explained. Can't know? I hit true god rank yet? The zapped beasts didn't die, just stood there looking confused. Lips are sealed, fam, the kids promised. Then he mentioned thinning out the ancient dragon bloodline. Ye-Yun yanked the cat and Swanee forward. The cat yanked itself at his feet but missed. Horseman looked annoyed. Swanee awkwardly said hi. The boss told the girl, this thunderpool is perfect for grinding XP. You stay here and cultivate. Swanee nodded and dropped into meditation. Suddenly, the cat perked up. Red dot in the sky. Horseman turned. Yo, ancestor, we got company. Two old dudes, one silver-eyed, one gold-eyed, rushed in. Looked like RPG goblins. They were eyeing the mountains, 'cause of that sweet life-destruction combo pool inside. Prime spot for farming stats. But the old guy spotted 3 OP monsters already camping the spot. Careful, he warned, hovering. The first, Geezer introduced himself. We're the Guile Mountain Saints. Horseman introduced his boss. They said hi, then pointed at Luoli and the others. Then they pointed at the cat, salty, yelling. That weirdo scared my buddy. The bird asked if he could go aggro to vent, but the boss stopped him. Yahyun noticed the dude basically adopted the kitty and wanted to back him up. The gray-haired guy was dying of boredom, so he gave the green light for some fun. Stoked, he snatched the cat by the scruff, and they zoomed into the sky with the bird. The boss told Luoli and Mozan to just grab popcorn and watch. He'd masked his vibes and presence, telling them to stay sharp. The cat, totally confused, asked why he nerfed his stats down to just the 9th level of Nirvana. He flicked the furbal's forehead, explaining these scrubs were only at Fate rank. Going full tryhard mode would just be a snooze fest. The kitty sobbed to the horse guy that those jerks nearly deleted him last time, begging for some sweet payback. As they closed the distance, the randoms introduced themselves as the Wan Long Ling Ting Squad. They claimed they were just checking out the Thunderpool. The guy got sick of their yap and shoved the cat forward and asked if they recognized the fluff. One dude got hyped, yelling that it was the Nine-Tailed Clan's biggest 1,000 years gone, and still no Destiny rank. The cat went absolutely ballistic, bragging that his bro here was 10th level Nirvana tier. He swore he'd wrecked them completely. The silver-eyed creeper just cackled at the cat. Horse guy prepped to throw down, but the enemy rushed him first. Mr. Horse parried the hit and chucked a lightning bolt right back. Silver Eyes and Gold Eyes decided to double-team him, snatched one guy's leg, and yeeted him. The dude smacked into a rock and exploded on impact. They figured he was some Blackstone demon since his build was tanky, but they were still cocky. They could take him out. Magic circles popped up in their hands. The horse, seeing their little setup, roasted him. Fate-level demons can't win fair, so you gotta cheat. With toys, the horse, getting all fired up, decided to stop playing around. Luoli and Yayin spectated from the clouds. The girl was confused why the horse would drag it out. The boss said the guy was just hunting for a worthy opponent. The horseman whipped out his own gadget and held it up, daring them to crack his shield. The old geezers were livid, blasting ring-shaped magic at the horse. The cat immediately clocked the spell. It was that nasty poison mist and stungace combo. That's literally why he almost croaked before. The guy blocked the shot with his shield, making the old dude rage that his special move flopped. The second geezer had lightning sparking in his eyes and popped a shield in front of it. The cat panicked, warning that it was bad news. All the mountain monsters were hypnotized. Shiai nervously twitched his tails. Lu noticed the gold-eyed guy's skills were way buffed compared to the silver-eyed one. The hero used his shield to tank the hit, and then get this, just inhaled the poison mist. The old dudes were shook that he actually did that and stood there, totally fine. The horse sucked up the smog and casually wiped his mouth. Seeing that the geezers tried to bolt, the guy chucked his artifact at them, and the shield chased him down, gobbled them up, and flew right back. To the boss, the cat asked the horse what was going to happen to those snakes. The horse spun the shield toward Chiahai and asked, well, what do you want to do with them? Artifact had one silver snake, one gold. Red glowing kitty was ready to throw hands. He craved payback but acted all cute. Paws folded, saying the human boss decides. Sword Horse chucked a shield at the cat, yelling, go get him, tiger. Chiaki popped his claws, pouncing on the relic like a furry missile. But nope, epic fail. 0 damage. Kitty just wasn't buff enough yet. Then Horse grabbed both snakes, stretched him out, and bit the gold one. Chomp. He chewed the gold snake, grumbling, meh, needs more meat. Tastes kinda toxic. Not yummy, like a bad takeout order. Gross. The three monsters watched, terrified. That black horse is a savage. They were just glad they weren't on the menu. Respect the horse? Kitty go. He wanted a snack too, so he begged the boss man. Horse snapped the silver snake in two and tossed a piece to Shia. Careful, it's spicy, he warned. Might kill ya, but Shia didn't care. Holding the snake, the seal cat said. I gotta eat this rage away. Can't chill till I taste their blood. The guy sighed. Fine, eat up. Since the kitty was so hype, he'd let him feast. Shia bowed low. Thanks, brah, but the guy wasn't having it. Kick, don't bow to me. You only kneel for the master? Luli watched, giggling at the scene. She admitted the big black horse and tiny black cat were a comedy duo. Master said, cut the clowning. Company's coming. Vibes got serious. Suddenly, a sword zoomed from the sky, aiming right for Mo Sang's face. He dodged it last second. Whoosh. He looked where it came from. Who's there? The sword magically flew back to some random dude. The stranger caught it and barked. Hand over the loot, losers. Luli looked around. The guy missed the boss. But how'd he know? How'd he sniff out the treasure? The girl played dumb. What treasure? I didn't know what you're talking about. The robber got confused. Master, he yelled for help. Our heroine spotted someone hiding behind him. She fired a pink energy beam. Zap! It hit an umbrella in the back. Hide in there were an old man and a girl. The girl in purple was fuming. She yelled at the robber guy for blowing their cover. You idiot. The guy scratched his head. Awkward. Oops. My bad. Won't happen again. Purple girl glared at our squad. Teacher senses your goodies. She spat. Items that give infinite stamina. Fork. I'm over right now. She was demanding. Luli realized. They think our dragon blood is loot. They mistook their internal power for items. Classic NOOB mistake. Mosang grinned. All chill. That's gonna be a no from me. Then the teacher stepped in. Old guy, beard stroke, don't get cocky. We were gonna let you live, if you obeyed, he bragged loudly. Since you got no backup, hand it over. But Mosang was ready to brawl. The robbers shrugged. Guess we take it the hard way. Fight time. The old man loomed over his students, hyping them up for battle. You're about to witness the power of the sacred bird sect, he cried. The old guy towered over his minions, totally ready to throw down. He promised they'd see the true power of the secret sacred bird sect. The geezer ordered the girl and guy to unalive lowly, and Mosang, but the dude paused. Old guy was already gloating, betting they'd beg. Mosang, said his blade, didn't slice randoms, so he asked for their stats. Mystery girl called him salty. Dude bragged, they repped. The Chanu Blackbird crew. Our duo was totally lost. Zero clue. Calling them hillbillies, she said that Lil Shen Fengzhou was just minor league stuff. Big leagues, Tianji, her mystic, bird squad was top 4 in Tianyu. Mosang patted her. Thanks for the history lesson. Dude went from chill to aggro mode. Giant beast spawned. Luo Li chased. After bro, massive energy blasted from her sword at the geezer and his minions, but dark magic lines. Wrap the Sibs trapping signature move of the mystery bird. Their ult? Old dude snickered, asking how. They'd win? Our duo just attacked. Guy summoned Ching. Blue dragon helper. It smacked the blackbird cage. Holden. Rivals attacked again. Mosang yelled to follow the dragon. Luo Li snapped. That, they were out. Blue dragon opened up and ate the blackbird. Magic popped. Lightning zapped. The enemy duo. The blast yeeted them away. Bird girl screamed at her partner to use the mystic yin-yang combo. Black and white birds spawned in midair, fusing into a yin-yang bird. Blue lightning. Orb glue. The couple crashed hard on the dirt. By our heroes, sect girl's mouth was bloody. She told bro, game over. Mosang walked up and said, don't start nothing, but he didn't. Attackers now. Luo's bro swung, yelling live by the sword, die by the sword. Aimed at the girl, but an old geezer blocked him, tossed the sword from his student's grip. Mosang was salty, but Gramps said, he'd won already. Called puppets, said their was nearby. Sect geezer told him to summon the master for a lesson. El smirked. Could he handle their teacher? Gramps raged, went for the girl, but got stopped by Yayun, blasted him. Gramps checked his hands, freaking out cause his level dropped from 10th fate to 10th nirvana. He rushed the master like a lunatic, but Yayun blasted him again. Man froze, screaming. Got nerfed. His students stared in total shock. Yayun said he deleted his powers, but let him live. Told him to bounce, but Gramps was stubborn, refused to dip, blaming the master for nerfing him and ruining his double kill. Talentless hacks. ... Double quotes. Yayun sighed. Totally over it. He yeeted energy at the dude who groaned poof. Just a green ring left. Mosang snagged it and was like mine, gripped it tight, figured it was time to dip. So the fight was done, but the couple, nah, they weren't quitting. Let's brawl. They yelled, morphing into birds like yin. Mosang warned his sis Cho. These two have a serious death wish. Boom! 2 blue dragons launched. The lovebirds got code instantly. Mosang pitied them. Bet they didn't expect a game over screen. Lula kept it real. If Big Boss hadn't nerfed that old guy first, turning him into a normie, we'd be the ones eating dirt right now. Bro told sis. He scanned the ring with his brain. Epic loot inside. He said, some fate level sealed item. You wipe the seal, unlock it when we hit Destiny World, he added. Figured it was good swag. Suddenly, Yayun floats down. Sis goes, hey, you ever hear of the Mystic Bird crew? He shrugged. Of all the clans, that one's pretty mid. Their grandkids forgot the moves. He scoffed. Can't even sword fight. Yet they call themselves holy. Cringe, bro was shook. Amazed the OG remembered such a random group. Surprised you recall small fry sex, bro admitted. Yayun smirked. Only cause they kept mailing me, wafus, back in the day. Mosang was super impressed by the flex. Legend? He thought. Then Mosang turned beet red. Luoli, total gloom cloud. They thought I was a player. Yayun sighed. I just returned to sender. Now the boss felt awkward, cause the kids got the wrong idea. Suddenly, the horse hollers. Something about avenging the cat. Whatever job done. Yayun decided. Let's roll. Sis walked up to the guy holding the kitty. We fought dragons. And you ghosted us, she scolded. Where were you? Horse makes excuses. Had to let you guys grind XP solo. Couldn't jump in without a permit, but I zoomed over fast after. Lou giggled, then saw the cat looking wrecked. What's the furbal's damage? She asked, worried. Guy says she snacked on a toxic snake. Bad move, Gang gasped. Lula offered a detox pill, but Horse stopped her. Nah, Horse said. Kitty's built different. He can tank it. 8. A fate snake. Just let him digest the spicy noodle. She looked at Big Boss. He nodded. Horse is right. Thunderpool here is great for leveling up. Use it? He chucked a blue pill. Bonk. Right on the noggin. Inside it went. Refine that dragon juice, he ordered. They got to work. Sat crisscross applesauce, powering up stats like pros. 3 days later, Eye pops out, glowing. Level up. Fate World. Stoked as heck. Drifts straight into the golden energy river. But the storm was savage. Poor cat couldn't tank the hits. High got zapped hard in face. That 6th thunder wave was cracked. Way too OP. So, the kitty thought it was game over. But Jaehyun clutched it just in time. The bolts were still spamming near Eye. Bra was cowering. Paws over his face. Master raged. Shooed the storm away. And poof, vanished. Cat said thanks. But dude was like, nah fam, your trial ain't done. You're too squishy. So he decided to craft a custom storm just for him. From his hand, he yeeted a shiny gold bolt at the cat. Shy glowed up, took it like a boss, and stood tall. The horse guy, chillin' with his monster squad, was shook. Giant couldn't believe Master manually installed the Thunder update. Leopard was floored too. Never seen hacks like that. Horse guy teased that the kitty was gonna bawl his eyes out. And, yup, he bawled. Eye sobbed. Thank you, Master said. Quit the drama. Just level up, Cat said bet. Dove in the water. Horse guy blushed, slid over, and asked for a zap to. He knew Yahyun could dish out a charge. 100 times spicy. Yahyun was chill and aimed. Bolt at him. Horse took the hit and sat in lotus mode to meditate. Suddenly, Bird saw that gold thunder energy. Spiking. All the beasts wanted the upgrade. Yahyun, up to watch. Their epic level up was loading. Almost there. A few days later, everyone woke up. Then a voice boomed, asking for the 2MT Guile Saints, waiting at the Shenfang main gate. Giant and Leopard were stunned. Horse told his squad to go say hi, knowing they could handle it. Giant was down. Leopard figured it was haters from the sex wanting revenge, but he sensed nobody stronger than Nirvana rank. Since Yahyun boosted them to Fate rank, they could finally repay the Lord. Luwali sent the trio out so the main crew could rest. Bird, Leopard, and Giant flew up, found a whole army camping in the sky. Giant asked why the 3 big sects brought so many peeps. Some guys said they were hunting the killers of their disciples. Giant raged. You triggered us. First, you're gonna pay. The humans panicked, popped a shield, and told Giant to chill. Kuzi was fighting 3 major sects. Leopard swiped their bubble and smashed it instantly. Monster roared and blasted magic at the humans. Bird joined the lobby, wiping out several noobs with its tail. The monsters went full savage mode, zero mercy. After deleting everyone, they headed back. Lazy landed by Luoli like, how'd I do? The girl patooted. Giant watched the cuddles, staring and feeling totally jelly about the girl gave that a hard pass. Then the horse coughed, snagging the attention of the Giant and Leopard. They hit their knees asking if Big Bro was happy. The man was like, yeah, we're good. The Leopard, total panic mode, said they weren't swole, but were down to follow him forever. Leopard was even ready to be his tea waiter. Blushing, the man waved him off. Bruh, I just pulled the carriage, he said. What tea? But Leopard huffed, dead serious, insisting he wanted to tag along. Moseong jumped in, cracking up, and confirmed the horse was literally just the carriage puller. Chillin' nearby, Leopard and Giant were shook. They're equine. Bro had got tier power but was basically an Uber driver. But the guy walked up, telling them to chill. He and his sis could use bodyguards, Swanee nervously pointed out. They were only level 7 Divine Bridge, while that demon was Fate. Tear. But Giant and Leopard scrambled to promise the girl they'd guard the bosses. Luli said, relax. The Black Horse vouched for the monsters. Plus, they had those bracelets the Patriarch gave out. Remembering the bling, Luli asked the master to gift Suan one too. The man focused, covered his eyes, and boom gold bracelet on her arm. The girl stared, totally surprised. The man noticed Luli's honesty was starting to look like real leader material. The girl, petting the bird, happily told her Sibs she already had. Lazy Lu and Lu. So she was gifting these two. But Swanee only hit layer 8 of God Becoming. She worried the power gap was way too huge. The guy reassured her. If she didn't want to rely on beasts 24/7, they could chill in. the magic bracelet and train. No need to bring them out. Unless it was an emergency. Swanee, still iffy, agreed, but admitted she had no clue how to use it. Bro volunteered to show her the ropes. He blasted energy from his bracelet at the giant. The beast froze, helpless. Capture successful. Inside this bracelet, the beast can level up. The girl stood there, shook, facing the terrified leopard, and decided to try. Swanee activated her bracelet. Boom. Captured. She was hyped, never dreamed she'd score a Destiny World Spirit Beast. Luli suggested they bounce. Master said they had to clear the stones first. But suddenly, an angry voice shouted, the girl guessed the disciples DMD, their sect before dying. And now for Fate World cultivators were here for revenge. The horse scratching his ear, like whatever, told the beasts to handle it. The monsters were bracelet bound, but the guy summoned them. Luli ordered them to wipe out the 4 Fate World cultivators sent by the 3 great sects. The beasts flew off to attack. The guy was like, can 3 beasts really take on 4 Even if they found the base, they'd totally flop against a higher power. One dude yelled for the monsters to come out and catch these hands. The beasts were ready. Tiger was like, what? You rushing to meet the Grim Reaper? The cultivator just went ham, blasting energy beams right at Tiger. But the giant stepped in, yelling, you ain't worthy to fight big. Bro, he tagged himself in, blocking the hit with a massive energy shield. The attacker didn't care, happy to focus his grudge in the big guy. Giant made a fist and throwing haymakers. Tiger wanted to assist, but 2 other dudes blocked him. Beast mode on, he fired an energy blast. At them the guys popped a bubble shield and laughed, yelling that his move was weak sauce. Tiger's attack just bounced off harmlessly. One guy decided to flex his skills, swinging and unleashing a magic nuke. Boom. Explosion. But Tiger was still awake, spotting a weird green glow ahead. Suddenly, lightning arcs shot out and pinned a poor beast to the floor. Lao was taking LS2, catching a hit to the wing. Giant defended as best he could. Tiger was down for the count. When the dust settled, he saw the 2 dudes looming. The beast felt bummed he was too weak to take on these elders. They walked up looking smug, saying if he just gave up now, it'd be a quick game over. But Tiger wobbled to his paws, replying, I never forfeit. The guy raised his staff, saying he'd never heard of the Divine Dragon sect. Suddenly, his smirk turned into pure terror. Horus appeared behind him, hands straight through the guy's chest, like a slasher movie. Angry face on. He said he didn't want to step in, but that trash talk about the sect meant not even God could save him. Another dude turned and screamed, totally freaking out. This random guy was supposedly weak level, yet somehow landed a crit. Horse instantly switched targets, grabbing his staff. The guy squealed cause his gear jammed, asking who he was. The gray-haired man snapped the staff and said, call me Grandpa Horse. The others realized his stats were definitely not low level. They didn't expect a boss fight, so they tried to cheese it and run. But Horse wasn't having it. White streaks shot from his mouth, wrapping around their necks, dragging them back. Then, he straight up ate them. Chewing, Horse noted, they tasted better than snakes, but the meat was tough. He turned to the beasts, saying he planned to let them farm XP first, but he didn't think some idiot would diss the sect. He had to go all out. The beasts were still too weak in Mativ die. The monsters knelt down and thanked him. He then grabbed a cultivator by the neck. Chill with the bowing, guys, he said, waving them off. Then he sent them home while dragging the captive to the big boss. They stared as Mr. Horse trotted off into the distance. Totally. Once at Yun's pad, he tossed the guy down. What do you want? The dude panicked. Luo Li screamed. Zip it. You seriously clueless that you just messed with the dragon sect? The guy's jaw hit the Flora. Wait, for real? Horse guy scoffed. Don't act dumb like you don't know us. The master raised a hand, charging up some sparkly doom. Let's see what junk is rattling inside that skull. He sighed. Zappa, a laser, drilled the dude's forehead. Suddenly, a grumpy voice echoed. Which dragon sect boss dares smack a god? After the scan, the prisoner looked dazed that his brain just got hacked. Whack. Horse guy slapped his back. Boss? Should we go raid the Shen Heng crew? The Yun shook his head. Nah. Even their top geezers are clueless about the plot. Their leader is just a puppet. He wondered who played the long game. Over 100,000 years to crush us. Mo Xiang gasped. Whoa, something you don't know. Luo Li pounced, smacking her brother. Idiot. Masters, letting us level up to save the sect. The boy curled into a ball, shielding his head. Okay, my brain isn't big enough to see that far. Horseman nodded. This girl is sharp. We'll be back on top soon. Master frowned. The Yun had his own reasons, After 100,000 years. Solo, he wanted a break. Crack. The life tokens. At Shinhang. Sec shattered. 5 nervous guys. Sat in a room. I told the high-ups, one mumbled. They decided to sit tight and wait for drama, though nobody was thrilled. A messenger burst in, panting. Someone just smashed through the main gate. They panicked. Is it those crazy beasts from MT's? Nope, the messenger wheezed. It's humans. With the elders gone, one mid-fate stage dude stepped up, feeling tough. I got this. How many? He asked. Like 100. If they broke the gate, ... The intruders answered by just showing up. Luo Li, Mo, and Sui stood there. Swords flashed as the mob charged. Watch out, guys, Luo Li yelled. There's a ton of them, her brother grinned. Please, I'm untouchable. You be careful, Sue. There's over 100 Divine Bridge fighters here. Sue nodded, pumping her fists. I'll do my best. This is our test. Patriarch gave him heat. Then bam, girl gets jumped. Louis was already on it. He screamed, but Sue doubly flexed her bling. Boom, summoned a whole tiger. Kitty popped out like sup, guarding its mom. Girl was still salty though. Big mad she lost the debate. Then some dude with a huge sword spots it. Peeped that she summoned a legit mountain beast. That's wild. Shook that a level 8, noob could tame that. Like how? Tamed it. Sus. Another OP jumps out, pointing fingers like a narc. Screaming yo. These the dudes who zeroed our brothers at Thunderpool. And they totally whacked the elder too. Big drama. Time. Mob attacks. But Luol, Lien Musang, unleashed the blue dragon. Dragon hits. Dudes bounced hard. Everyone was totally shook. Chief's like what gives. Minion says he got nerf-fed hard. Said his stats dropped to level 1 Nirvana. Massive nerf. Bus checks. Stats. Level 5. Thinks the trio has hacks. Magic weapon. Whatevs. His sect is massive anyway. Over 10 million goons. Plan to Zerg rush him. Attack. Horde attacks. Huge crowd flies in. Blasting magic. Aiming at him. Ye Yun. Just chillin'. Eyes shut. Then magic. ... Zaps the brains of 2 guys next to him. Now they're zombies. Walking like NPC puppets. Boss spots it. Yells enough. Says they got numbers. But a voice in his head goes, nah fam. Voice says, never enough. Dudes for this trial. Spooky. Yayon finished reading the boss's mind. Time to bounce. Told him to move. Guy obeyed. Carriage Sheelan. On clouds. Watching the brawl. Horse can't believe Master took the bet. Master agreed to argue. Wild, the deal was basically this. If the boys don't summon a pet beast, accidentally, Patriarch won't jump in. But Master felt bad. Helped him. Pre-game buff, nerf-fed. All enemies to their level. Fair fight. Dropped their stats. But Yuan said Shenhang sect is trash. Too weak, didn't even want to watch. Yeated himself upwards. Flew to the tower. Patriarch was obsessing over this loot. Inheritance tower. Patriarch wanted the goods. Ye Yun steps up. Hit the road to the tower. Suddenly, some random dude, ... with a blindfold, jumps him. But the master was quick. Turned him to dust. 0 effort. But he was still moody. His Heaven Eye skill wasn't max level yet. Total bummer. Ye Yun wanted that exaltation rank. Top tier status. But gotta clear the true god world first. Such a grind. Got jumped on floor 1. Master wrecked them instantly. Same on floor 2. Speedrun to the 9th floor. Easy. Got there. Found nothing cool. Guards were total NPC. Boring or scared. Saw an artifact, glowing green green glow. 9 seals. Joke. He grabbed the box, anyway, opened it. Ye Yun was shook eternity level scrolls. Even the big leagues couldn't pull this off. Top tier sects failed. But Shen Hang, Shen Feng, and he, Nin, had one job. Shen Divine Dragon sect. Just babysit them for thousands of years. Until 300 generations passed. Then the Shen Hang boss could use the Jade token to crash the TNU secret world. Take that token to the Heavenly Laurel Tree and get a crazy, epic reward. The Yun was hyped. He'd been chasing immortality for 100 years. So why not toy with them? He decided once they wrecked Shenhang, they'd head straight for the Tianu dynasty. Dude flew out of the tower, hovered in the clouds to watch his squad. Surrounded by mobs, spamming every cheat the Patriarch gave him. They'd wiped half the sect, but 0 level ups. Luo Li wind. Higher worlds make grinding so hard, but she sensed Sister Su was close. Suan felt the tingles too, but the enemies were tough. Mo Sang figured this raid was a gift from the boss and attacked. The girls zoomed up, magic blazing. Suddenly, Suan felt that sweet thing level up. She hit level 9 of the god-becoming world. Suan was so stoked, she zoned out. Big mistake. Suddenly, her siblings screamed, "Behind you!" Some creep was diving at her. Swoosh. A black blur saved her. A black cat? To the rescue. Kitty looked cocky until lightning struck him. Shia Yi panicked and yelled for the horse. The steed trotted over, saying Master's buff was plenty. Suwon giggled. The young Watts then sensed incoming visitors. Two dudes on a redbird were speeding to save their Shinhang buddies. Bros to the rescue. They thought Shinhang was under attack by the demon realm sect. But then one squinted. Wait, those are just ... doble comillas, punto suleto veda. They were shocked the sect leader was brawling with minions. Redhead noted the trio's level wasn't high, yet how were they tanking 10,000 disciples? The other bro saw the Yo, something sus here. The sect guys were gassed, but fought like zombies. Like they were Redhead guessed the trio were demon realm pawns and dove into the fray. Luolai spotted them. Heads up, reinforcements incoming. Mosang worried. Could they handle these new guys? Magic blasted at them, but a lotus shield popped up. Luoli cheered seeing the horse up top. Lucky to have that stallion to handle the trash so they could keep farming the sect. The horse approached the brothers, who were baffled why their sword energy vanished. The horse had already landed on their bird, yawning at their chat. He finally spoke up. Sup? The boys panicked, trying to bolt. One turned to the horse, trying to vibe check the demon clan, but dude was clueless about the chat and swore the Shenhang crew was cancelled. Horse guy rolled up for revenge. Laser eyes going zap. Boom. Brothers vaporized. Only loot rings left. He figured, here kitty. Tossed M to Xia, who snagged M fast. Horse zoomed to Yayan's carriage like, yo, I'm back. Told the boss, those L-taking losers were dusted. Just Tianhang scrubs. Told Horsey to scope him out. Headed to TNU, big boss sat to zen out. Plenty of time. Waiting for the squad to level up. Watching paint is funner, so he grinded XP. 3 hours later, they're still stuck. Mobbed by enemies. 0 level. At this snail pace, they'd wipe the guild. Sis told bro. Chill out. Boom. Gold shield spawns. Under them, a dragon pops out. We did it. They yelled. Level up. Accomplished. Swanee, they totally wrecked. The Shenhang crew. Revenge unlocked. The squad was Mozang looks at the cat and busts out laughing. Girls? Salty. Think he's mocking gods, but bro just points at the kitty girls looking crack up too. She eyes looking fancy with the bling. Kitty just wanted to loot. Luoli pets. The kitty. Good job. Suddenly, brain blast. Mozang forgot something about the loot. Total blank. Awkward silence. Then Luali's like, wait, the treasury. And the secret scroll. Yayun and Horsebro drop in right on time. Squad's hype. Betting there's tons of epic loot inside. But Shuani's like, it's locked though. Vault and gym sealed. Boys were bummed. But yeah, just shrugs. Breaking that seal is easy so he tells the vault to open. Whoosh. Random junk flies out. Master asks, what y'all want? The squad boss got before, he needed hand signs for magic. Now he just glares. Girl asks, what cheat code is that? He says, heaven splitting. Totally not local tech. She pouts. Horace wants in on the action too. Boss says, okay. The skill has 3 tiers, noob, mid, and pro mode. Noob tier is for anyone under god rank, 9 layers deep. Yayun zaps their eyes with lightning. Heads up, he warns. You gotta grind hard for this. Boz already maxed out. The mid, he won't hit the peak until he reaches true god king status. The boys were shook that their leader was so up. Ancestor promised they'd start the tutorial on the ride home. Luali splits the loot. They'll sort it when bored. Gotta keep moving. No delays. Meanwhile, a stranger stood by a red energy vibe. Sky just dropped a new map. The red dust lands. Some dude swiped at the air and ripped open a portal. The crowd went wild. God tier players were banned, but low level scrubs could enter. He told his squad to get in there, and they all yeeted themselves inside. The quest, slay demons, for XP pills. Then he clocked a fancy carriage nearby. He couldn't check their stats, so he figured they must be super op. Luoli stepped out first. They hit the zone, and the vibes were off. Bro felt it, Toto bad news. They came to grind, so the trio dove into the stream. Suwon glitched in fine, but the server rejected Luo Li and Mo. Even after they smurfed their stats, the portal guy saw the fail and laughed. Red dust has cheat detection. He said, can't fake it. They said thanks. Wagon boss called them back to grind AFK. Shuka's map wasn't here 100,000 years ago. In the deep dungeon, a creepy red coffin popped open. A hand slid out. The guy inside was totally confused because he scented the Yan's vibe. Suwon sliced a mob with her 7-star blade, but the thing just wouldn't from the guts. She looted a pill. 1 drop equals 10 days of XP. No wonder every player and their mom was crowding. The server Basu hadn't seen a soul yet. The map was massive, so she stuck to farming those sweet pills. Suddenly, she heard a noob screaming. Guy was a mobs. She carried him one-shotting them. He said, thanks, but whatever. she was just farming loot. Then he says, he hit a mob, but it multiplied like a glitch. But then, he eyeballed her sword like a greedy loot goblin. He figured her gear nerfed their healing. He wanted that weapon and decided to call his guild, Red Flames Sect, to gank her for it. He bagged the mob drops as proof. For his squad, Suwon flew on, looking for more kills. She spotted a boss demon that just ate some guy. She wrecked it and looted the dead guy's ring. While she checked the loot, a squad pulled up, a few dropped down. The snake she saved pointed at her sword. Like, that's the one? They all Sue was bummed. She saved this trash just to get betrayed. What clan? She asked. Red Flame Sword Sect, they said, and rushed. Her Sue swung one steam wipe, all cut in half. One guy crawled, begging. She put her sword right through his skull. Game over. She was annoyed. A few more kills to hit Divine Bridge rank. Suddenly, a voice, she spun around and saw a server alert in the sky. Anyone who reached the Divine Bridge players had to hit the bloody battlefield. Slay the most demons, get the loot. Swanee yeeted out of there. To the battlefield, Yahello heard a familiar voice in his head. Golden boat zoomed in overhead. Kitty knew that ride instantly. Red Flame Sword Sect. Horso's like, totally killing my vibe. Bossman sent his noobs straight to the Red Dustlands. They bounced. Suddenly, Sword Chief started beefing with our wagon. KK begged the horse, let me handle this clown. Horse said bet, gave the green light fast, cause randoms were swarming the place. Shiahi attacked. Dudes panicked, seeing a 9-live demon cat, a level 3 Fate Realm beast coming at them. Scary stuff? Kitty landed, laughing manic. Then zap, fried by the horse. Punishment for yapping, too much. Bro, never shuts up. Shiai apologized. My bad. Got too cocky with the flex. Horse let it slide. Then snatched their boat like, mine now. Figured he'd gift it to the big boss later. Total power move. More whips showed up. Royal Famine Tian, hang crew, rolling deep. Kitty was shook. Another big league squad. For real. Horse dropped lore. Sex, have 5 tiers, try to keep up. Ordinary, great, heavenly, and eternal. It's a whole hierarchy. Each split into 4 ranks. Low to high. Simple math. Crowd exited. Cat saw the leader and went, just some old guy? Life and death realm, grandpa? Lame, expected way more juice. Thought they'd be OP? Then bam. Golden rays everywhere. Another top-tier sect pulled up. Old dude charged straight at us. Horse told Kitty, go handle that, boomer. Xiaohei flew out, hyped to bully someone weaker. Boss is watching. Gotta clutch this win. No throwing? Xiao yelled. Back off. Gramps, old man got salty. Mad, a tiny demon blocked him. But Kitty put up a shield. Furious. Warned him. Take one step, and you're toast. Buddy. The dudes eyed his loot. All rushed in to snatch the artifact. Grandpa figured out their strats as they swooped in. Yellin' strongest gets the shiny toy. Typical greed. Cat ID'd him. Thinking, yeah, fight each other, idiots. Let the high levels brawl. And he'd third party the winner. But Yayun, in the whip, frowned. Nah, don't waste them. Need those guys alive. They're future XP for our squad. Literal fertilizer for our rising masters later on. Boss told Horse, kick him out. Horse got on it, ace. Horse towered over them, casting a spell to cut their connection. Isolated their powers. Horse was annoyed but held back the pain. Just told them to scram. Suddenly, they all recognized the legend. ... Bo is actually low-key terrified. We out. He panicked, then bam. A massive gold energy beam spawned right in his face. Shiai sensed the vibe check. Whoa, this energy is way huger than before. Heavenly sect, he guessed. Poof, a squad spawned in front of them. All mid-eternity level. Pretty sweaty players for a random encounter. The leader scanned the area. Lots of small fry guilds here, he noted. Spied the Fate Cat and the horse smurfing with hidden stats. Sus. Who's in the Uber? He wondered. Shai felt the guy's creepy stare. Intense pressure, but Shai wasn't gonna fold. He held his ground. Kitty glanced over. One dude locked eyes and saw some trippy mental stuff. Freaked out by the mind hacks, the guy threw a magic claw attack. ... at Shiahi and Gramps. The mob watching this mess, ... figured that sect just signed their death warrant attacking the pets. Horse blocked it. He was big mad. If not for his owner, ... he would have unalived that guy right there. The attacker wet himself. An eternity-level horse. He was shaking, totally confused. Dude backed up fast, as the black horse trotted over, looking menacing. Then the horse grinned. Yo, why so aggro? My guy, chill vibes only. Once our girl is back from her mortal world trip, we dip, swear. The guy got salty. If that's true, then get lost and wait over there. Cat wasn't having it. He hated how this rondo spoke to his bro. But Mr. Heavenly Sect was too full of himself to care. Ego trip. Suddenly, or snapped. Rage mode, engaged. Magic everywhere. But boss said, Chill. Yayon hopped out of the carriage. He walked up, amazed by the audacity of this guy. For real. Everyone froze, totally shook to find a rondo in the ride. Master asked why. His pupil was wilding. Electric. Last floor did. The old geezer grabbed his head screaming, "Where are we?" Needing answers. Look up. Lightning whiz. With major sparks, the unhovered there. Looking scary. He waved. Everyone felt major pain. Master wasn't vibing. Their weak skills. How do I fix him? Elder bowed, promising jail time for the kid, but Master, he decided to eat him to hate us. Zap. The boys screamed, but Gramps ignored him. Silence. Jaws dropped. The Yun barked. Scram. He warped the chief back home. Wiped memories. But new squad incoming. Red Dust lands were trending hard. The Yun returned to the wagon. The cat wondered about Mom. Master meditated. Swanee locked eyes with this dude repping the Celestial sect, who swore they were legit before asking the price check. Her sword, glowing with pink magical vibes. She told him it wasn't for sale, but she'd maybe consider it if he actually beat her. She lunged, making him panic and ask how she got such crazy skills. But Swanee just trolled him, repeating that he had to win first. Boom Blue and Pink Dragons clashed. Mr. Heavenly Disciple was raging that he couldn't crush her. Seeing him get serious, Sue knew she had to step it up. Without her, Dragon Tech securing the dub would be tough. Suddenly, a massive dragon spawned behind her. The guy was shook. Suwon's energy pierced right through, ending him instantly. Stoked about leveling up, she finally hit the Divine Bridge stage. Then, she warped straight into what looked like a total war. Scanning the bloody mess, she spotted tons of demons. Time to farm some pills and boost those stats. She dove into the fray, saving some dude. Fighting the mobs, Sue sliced them in half. The guys were grateful, assuming she was Heavenly Sect fan. While slaying, she felt a weird vibe from the blood mist. Suddenly, everyone's eyes started glowing bright red, creeping her out big time. Confused by the zombie vibes, Sue decided to bounce upward. The guys suddenly wanted to unalive her, but stood confused. Honestly, those disciples were just glad she took off. She flew way out, distancing herself from that whole mess. After the demon popped, a voice echoed inside her head again. A building manifested, likely hiding whoever was speaking. Elsewhere, Red Girl was bummed at top genius mood of die. She hopped off her bed and Magicorp to the source. She arrived right where that nasty bloody vapor was leaking. A servant said hi, so she asked how stage 2 was flowing. He said, it's all chill. Tons of cultivators hit Divine Bridge. She walked up and took a deep breath of the bloody fumes. Finding nothing, she walked off, making the guy nervous. He suggested the person she wanted might be dead already. She spun around and slapped him. He knelt to say sorry. Then, an image of Swanee popped up, playing her voice. Red Woman spotted a rare amulet in their palace, so she told the servant to steer her towards Denian Road. Heading back to her coffin, she froze and collapsed hard. Bloody energy swirled around her, spinning totally out of control. Feeling like she was splitting in two, a fancy dude appeared. A shard of her soul had been trying to keep him locked down, but it just sent him spiraling into oblivion. The sky darkened as he screamed. Only he deserved the legacy. Dragon loot. Hoodie guys surfed a cloud, treating humans like XP for God mode. Girl fled creeps. Magic ladder appeared. Mountain path. Guy said, if they climb, they earn the loot. Simple rules. Dudes rushed, but flyers instantly lost juice and crashed. They figured, no cheats allowed. Swanee knew it. Tested gains. But with dragon blood, she wasn't losing. Bro saw her and roasted her noob level. Go home. Sue got salty, stomping past at light speed. They were shook. She was fast. One dude dodged. Swan meant business. And that dragon blood was enough to smoke them. Near the top, she found a stone slab. The Yun watched. Hurried. Handwriting looked kinda familiar. Like his pals. Impossible. After ages, Swanee touched it. And suddenly confused why. Red Lady sensed the dragon vibes, hoping she'd win. Guy inside woke, demanding the wheel. No way, she said. Can't ditch me? Give up. The dude inside her head fully spawned in and hopped out of bed, asking if she was too dumb to use such a basic cheat code. Mystery Guy was super salty. He checked the sky, sensing the dragon vibes. He needed her body to ghost the lady in red, or else he'd be grounded forever. Meanwhile, the girl was stuck with two dudes. They rolled up to a tiny pocket-sized tower. One of the guys got greedy and grabbed it. Butt glitch in the Matrix. Avatar popped out. It was the big boss of the Blood Palace. He wanted to vibe check their primal spirits. The eager guy, who volunteered first, looked like a total teacher's pet. The boss zapped his brain. Dude screamed like a banshee. Girl panicked. Boz dropped the body. Weak sauce. Then the second guy stepped up, telling Sui to get lost because the loot was All his butt-red magic hit his eyes, and he suddenly yelled. He realized, way too late, that this wasn't a quiz. But before he could say trap, he was deleted. Sui knew she had to yeet herself out of there, but the creepy red energy grabbed her. "Don't fight it, kid," he said. He caught up, choking her with magic and hacking her eyes. Sui waged mental war. The boss grimaced, annoyed. Suddenly, asked who dis, but turns out, Gramps already linked their destinies. To save Sue, the boss stepped up to face this rude dude. Dude didn't care, grabbed the tower and started gloating. Told the Yon, "Yo, I snagged this body from your sect. So, double quotes, back off, and wait for loot." But Gramps felt a vibe. That energy was true. God level? Super rare. Dude was shook. Surprised he knew the tech. So he offered to drop the girl, but the Yun knew he was chatting with a ghost and felt pity. Still roasted him for trying to snatch a body. Dude could salty and blasted magic beams. Pew pew. But GRAMPS. Popped a shield. Seeing the Yun, block it. He figured the old man was packing serious heat too. Hungry for loot, he attacked way harder this time. Fail. The floating head was confused how he got blocked. Guessed the Yun was on some next level god tier mode. Sue was like, "You have zero clue how up my master is." Suddenly, dude went feral, diving for her strong body. But the lady ghost stuck inside him snapped and screamed. Super loud, not on my watch. The girl in red hijacked the controls. The Yun saw her and cried out, her name, Qingyo. She froze, and the master hugged her. Besties from 100,000 years ago. Tears everywhere. She knew he wasn't dead this whole time. And now, she'd been hunting for him forever. But her soul was glitching out. Qingyao confessed. She knew his disappearance was fishy, so she investigated. She pulled back, looked him in the eye, and spilled tea. Found out someone led demons to the divine dragon sect. They caught her, wrecked her body, but her soul hung on. To the hairpin. He left, trapped in the abyss. She, met this dude, tried to possess him. Together, they grabbed, the palace loot and blood powers. But dude wanted to ditch, her. She just wanted to find the Yun by scanning memories, of randoms. So they opened the bloodlands to bait people. After that sob story, the Yun swore no more pain. She was happy with that. He touched her cheek gently. She smiled, cried, and started dusting away, like Thanos snapped, soul fading, but she was just glad to see him. He frowned, didn't want to say bye. Before she turned into flower petals, she told him to stay safe. Ancestor got mad, didn't want, to let go. Reached out and promised to respawn her. Grabbed the tower and hauled everyone back to the wagon. Time to get the squad out of the red dust zone. The leftovers saw the loot was already gone. One guy yelled retreat. Then they saw the sky. The sky ripped open. Everyone went airborne. Up top, the cat and horse saw red cracks everywhere. Kitty was shook, but the black horse grinned. Master was finally rebelling. Against the universe, zap, red lightning struck near their ride. Horse blocked it. Cat tumbled off in pure shock. "Chill out," said the horse. "It's just the heavens." Throwing a tantrum, wherewith the Yun flew into the sky, heading for the rift, mad at the thieving god. "You can't stop me." A giant rock hurtled down. Yun blasted it. Boom. A creepy red face appeared in the sky. Super salty, the Yun dared to defy the Edmund, but our guy didn't give a hoot. You block him, you die. The sky face raged, firing lasers to make him regret talking trash. As the bloody lightning zoomed in, he paused to pick a weapon from his inventory. They all buzzed. "Pick me." Finally, Yun grabbed the heaven-splitting sword. Rank super divine, it's famous for decapitating gods. Yun swung it, parrying the attack. The shockwave was so massive that rocks rained down. Horse shielded the whip. Cat gasped. That could have wiped the whole Shenfeng sect. Horse scoffed. "Bro, that move erased a dynasty once." Total win for Master. He beckoned the sky shard, clump into a ball in his hand. Time for a remix. Standing there on the road, surrounded by a mess of ruble, he prepared to craft something epic. Master held Qin Yao's hand. She was like, where are we?" "My private VIP zone," he smirked. Yun's plan? Simple. Buffer ghost stats first, then trigger a total rebirth. 7 souls plus sky scraps equals new bod Qin Yao. Confused, she hugged him. No clue he'd suffered for 100,000 years. Sounds rough, she thought, but hey, it let him save her. They strolled to the lake holding the golden lotus. A glowing kid popped out. "Yo, bot, who's the chick?" she asked. "My main squeeze," he replied. "So, treat her right and help her soul reboot, okay?" Glow girl patted her head. AIW, this Lichi clone is a Yahyun used the force yoinked, a log over, magic wood breeds, souls. Thunderpool makes them, he leaned in, get strong, I'll be back for ya, he promised. Lichi hugged the wood, all smiles. Yahyun watched, no clue when the fix would be done, but he had time, plenty of it, enough to hunt those dragon sect wreckers. Back to reality. Sun Zhao Yos, he yelled at the carriage. Go to the pagoda, he ordered. Pop those pills and catch up to the squad. Chop chop. Big Black Horsey had orders to truck the carriage to Chunxing. Promised he'd be back. Yahyun ghosted into the sky where a spiky tower loomed ahead. Welcome to the primordial demonic abyss. Bro recalled what his wifey said about Zeman getting jumped by. Old school trolls, post-mortem, these nasty critters lived for a super long time. The boss decided to dive deep into the abyss for clues. Suddenly, Swall monster limbs grabbed at Yahyun. He hit the gas to dodge him. A girl saw him, pointing her finger, telling her squad she saw a dude flying by. They were like, no way. Yahyun stood at the abyss edge when a bloody claw crept up and Boomadima popped up in front of the boss. Scary beast smelled dragon blood and lunged at Yahyun. My guy aimed a ton of swords at it. They all smacked a demon, and it flopped over, dead. The ancestor walked up to scan its memories, saw the uglies fighting the divine dragon sect. Suddenly, he heard a voice and whipped around. A chick with a chin instrument appeared. It was Nangong Yu, but he couldn't buy it. That girl was super tight with him. Just like Chin Yao, he gave her that heavenly demon Chinhar. Power level was way too low, so he worried she couldn't defend herself. He knew Nangong, you wouldn't pull this? So he figured it was a trap. Suddenly, the troll woke up screaming, but the boss tossed it back into the pit. While recovering, Yahyun kept thinking, when he gifted the chin, he didn't think she'd fend off ancient trolls, but that chin could cast illusions. The trolls were locked up by 18 divine pillars, so they couldn't leave. Only one way this mess could happen. Someone with a true god world crushed the pillar. But no, cultivators existed 100,000 years ago. Yahyun flew to the pipe. Touching it, figured the sectrickers came from the sacred lands. He pushed off the pipe and zipped back. Since he had time, he'd play around. Trolls jumped. Some boys who were now screaming, begging the girl to ditch him. So the ancestors' teachings survived. One dude fought off the troll. His last breath, yelling at her to bolt, she turned and ran, crying her eyes out. The guys tried to honor ancestor Nangong's will, got stuck with the trolls. Boom. Blue glow zapped all the demons. Instantly, the boys shielded their eyes from the flash. The boss, hearing his pal's name, saved them, and asked about her. The boys bowed and said thanks. Shocked he knew their ancestor. The man asked what teachings they were yapping about. One said, Nangong Yu founded their sect 100,000 years back. Another said after war, her spirit got wanky. She never woke up before dying. Then she tossed her artifact, the heavenly demon Chin, into the pit. Left notes for her sect. It had a respawn guide and her final Texas was shook. She came back, and the dudes were totally hyping their luck. Meeting an OG who knew Nangong, Yahyun loomed over, like so, said the demon's gear wasn't in the pit. She was super grateful. Master figured Nangong was just a bot. Then Yahyun heard it. Boss fight vibes. The horse and kitty were stressing out hard, worried cause the big guy was ghosting them for way too long. Suddenly, massive skybeam. The pets were stoked to see him. Boss horse said they hit the Tianxing turf finally. Asked for the next move. Yahyun clocked a fake dragon crew, a phony sect. He was busy leveling up the noobs. So, training the juniors. He told the horse and cat to handle it. With that gang, the boys didn't stall and went to execute. Order sent. Spotted to dudes, training easy targets to troll. Loved weak clans. BNOPHE means doing whatever you want. To them, horse grinned creepy like and morphed into a teen. Dropped his stats too. Cat was confused by the nerf. But horse said it's easier to mess with him if he looks like a fellow noob. Black horse suddenly popped out in front. Astu wanted smoke. After the chatter, they scrapped. They fought. While dodging, the dude felt zero dragon energy in him, so he figured they were fakes. Then the guy started threatening to bust out his clan's secret combo move. Horse was shook. The dude posed up to cast his spell. Summoning time. A dragon flew out his sword, but it was super weak. Guy was proud though. Black horse just stared, silent. The cultist threw a punch. Horse dodge is faked being terrified and bailed. He and cat hid in a bushes, watching the dragon guy. Cat felt the move had vibes like their real one, but horse was annoyed by the cheap copy. Suggested the cattail, the dude home. Follow him to the base. Guy picked a flower and walked happily back. Sign out front, claimed divine dragon sect. Horse grabbed cat's head. flew up, sensed ACULTIVATOR ... at the Fate World level, and wanted a look. They pulled up. The old man panicked, asking who they were. Horse used ... mind control. He was shocked to find a Fate World ... just sitting in the pagoda, reading. Cat went some ... but kept the ears and tail. He playfully said that soon ... he and his books would be gone. For saying that, he ... got smacked by horse. Again, just trash here that he was ... too embarrassed to touch. So, he ordered the cat to loot ... everything related to the clan. First floor, dragon body ... skill. Second floor, the horseman found the flying dragon ... sword skill. Third floor, they found the mind technique. Whoa, these sword moves. Total copy-paste of the big three ... styles from the dragon sect. But skimming it, the boys saw ... it was totally diff. Kitty had a hunch ... Root Sourcey shut the book, guessing this crew was a ... spin-off. He told Cat to sniff out anyone with dragon ... blood. Peeking through the grate at the trainees ... 0 dragon vibes found ... dude said, treasury time. Cat happily, Hulk dash smash ... the door. Boom. Gold and a sword. Bro walked ... in. Yup, definitely a spin-off, he warned Kitty. Hands off, they hunted for a secret stash. Instead, the ... guy at a wah with a dragon mural sus. The ... dude felt that pick was 100% a lock. ... mechanism. He tapped it, open up. Glitchy sparkles. ... and the wall vanished. Jug on the stand? Bro knew ... it was dragon blood instantly. Cat smelled it too. Horse ... grabbed it. We're taking this and the rug to master. They ... figured if they had the juice, they were legit. ... The boys ghosted past everyone, cause Horse used his ... illusion boosting. Aye, nice move, said the seal. They hit the hall too. ... check for master's name. And boom, found it. The boys were ... shook. Cat thought, another Yayan legacy? Horse and ... Kitty lit 3 incense sticks each. Time to dip win. ... The smoke cleared. Plan spilled the tea to master. Cat hoped ... E single quotes. DB stoked. Just as they were jetting back to master ... they spotted sky darkness. Flew closer. It was a ... freaky black eye rising from the ground. Horse decided to ... smash the floor and peek. Aimed his magic. But the dude ... COULD dent the eternity world. Dark Horse stayed cool ... and used master's gift. With his sword, he ... shot lightning at the void. It started fading. The ... world cracked open. A black dragon popped out. Zhao AI was ... shook. But Horse was like, they see these things ... daily. Just kidding. Checking out the beast. The ... Cat said, this thing's been dead forever. Black Horse ... stepped up. Why'd the sex seal a rotting dragon? Then ... he spotted a sword stuck in it. The guy figured ... that's in quotes. What killed it. But Cat saw the sword wasn't ... solo. Horse grabbed the blade, yanked it, and a white ... lightning funnel hit the sky. 6 more swords were ... stuck in the dragon, all named diff. He pulled out ... TANU. 7 swords. 1 dragon link to the ... Big Dipper. 7-star setup. Suddenly, Cat saw ... it getting brighter while darkness returned. Horse ... agreed. Weird Kitty shifted back. The guy took him in, grabbed their loot, and raced back to the boss to spill the tea. The guys showed up at Master's crib, dumping all the swag they snagged. The sect reporting mission accomplished. Kitty guessed. This crew was linked to the boss somehow. Yeyun hopped out of the ride, book in hand, vibing to Kitty's tale about a black dragon rocking a 7-star tat. Dude decided to handle it personally, dragging Horse along and telling Kitty to watch the wheels. They trekked back to the sea. First stop, Ancestral Hall. Bro knew these posers were jokes compared to the OG stuff, but tougher than your basic cultivators. But peeping the leader names at Divine Dragon Sect, total shock. Horse goes, are these guys our spin-off? The guy was like, let's find out, and warp them to the dragon. Yayan scanned the beast and frowned. This spell was nasty, totally capable of not just wasting disciples, but hijacking their power and strength. Who dares mess with his squad like this? The Horse Check twist, boss. Is this setup for swiping luck? From our crew, Master nodded. That dragon got the fate power, matching our luck. Plus 7 swords forming a demonic dragon trap. Every single night, this creeping setup would sneak upstairs and siphon their mojo. Horse figured, so the real sect is invincible. These haters got sneaky. Steal the glory. Horse was fuming, ready to smash this trap, but Yahyun blocked him. Chill, break it. And the sect up top goes boom to Horse, realized the sect upstairs was a sham. Boss explained some shadowy jerks built a knockoff sect to leech luck from the real deal. The black horse saw red, wanting to wreck the whole setup. But, Master said, hold your horses. He wanted to face the boss of this copycat crew. Yahyun and Horse scrapped the dragon and swords first, then rolled up on the leader. Guy was sitting lotus style. Master told Horse, nerf your power to his level. Then, throw hands. Let's see his grasp on our 3 signature moves. Horse obeyed the boss and stomped down, right? In front of the chief, old dude was confused. Who are you? Horse lied, just curious about your 3 skills. The fake leader sensed this. Intruder was just a bit weaker than him, but couldn't figure out the stealth entry. Still, not mad. The geezer warned, you can't beat me, kid. Horse asked why he was so cocky. Old man bragged, 10,000 years ago, this sect ruled, and Chief Yahyun was a total prodigy. Hearing that, Yahyun smirked. The chief flexed, claiming he held an eternal sect legacy, so he was unbeatable. The horse got bored of the yapping and attacked. Old guy drew his blade, summoning a gold dragon. He kept trash talking, saying Horse was no match, blasting energy beams at him. But honestly, that move, that poser was way too soft. Def a fake. The horse's fist crashed right into the phony leader's blade. Teach, watching from the sidelines, realized this knockoff was totally pathetic, so he jumped in to wrap it up. Ancestor dropped to death. Art and Pooh fake sect gone. Horse was super hyped and cheered for Teach, but the guy snapped back, saying these clowns stole our real sex mojo. They had it coming. Yahyun trashed the place. Dark Horse asked if boss grabbed all the loot, but he didn't take it all. Left the old martial arts stuck. In their memories, the dude let loose these blue beetles, deciding to leave M as a trap. If the big bad sends goons, the bugs will snitch. Yahyun also plotted on that 7-star dragon seal. So him and the horse headed to Tianhang sect. The squad, time to level up. So their new grinding spot was Tian. Mozong knew that turf was sacred land, shocking the patriarch. Since they just got back, he hadn't spilled the tea yet. Swanee piped up that in blood dust zone. Some ghost tried to hijack her body. She wrecked him, but he begged, claiming he was from the sacred lands and knew the sect's fate. Then he lunged at her, so she had to end him. Patriarch confirmed the stranger wasn't lying. He figured those lands caused their ruin, but first, they had to fix the sect's mojo. Guy showed him a stone carving. Made himself? It wasn't just art, it held the sect's luck. Mozang moved to grab the statue, but Luli told him to chill out and hear the master out. The OG replied it wasn't just about luck. Tianheng used a great bear seal to squash their vibes. Past leaders, from the first gen to his, had built 13 dragon monuments, split across 13 clans. Su didn't get why they tried so hard to crush them. The master had no clue either. His mentor loved him like a son, kept no secrets, but maybe even the mentor was in the dark about the holy dragon. Yahyun bet that secret was only known to the first master of the divine dragon sect. Patriarch warped the crew to the monument. Lu Li sobbed, walking up to touch the stone, stinging from how her sect got disrespected. Furious, she summoned a dragon, swearing everyone would pay for this in straight-up blood. Suddenly, Tianheng students zoomed in. Salty that randoms crashed their turf. The trio drew blades together, and 3 gold dragons burst out automatically. The glow was blinding, making dudes scream. Didn't stop the haters, though. They swarmed the 3, trapping the dragons. Lu told her squad to find a glitch. The girl spotted a crack and smashed out, but then the main boss showed up. The dude tried to revenge kill the squad, but Zap Golden Laser blocked him, beamed right through his dome, nerfing his stats down to level 1. Nirvana style. Moong swoops in, slices the throat, and it's game over. Luoli figured Big Boss was spectating since he sent them on this XP run. 2 grind levels. The crew decided to pay back the enemy leader, big time. Went full aggro with magic blasts flying everywhere until the squad won. Wiped out the Tianheng clan. Suddenly, Mo spots a massive loot pile. Gold Mountain. With a kitty guard, he was hyped about their kill count. But Chiai was like, nah, bro, master clapped most of them. With just a glare, Luoli walks up, trying to snag the monument rings, tried to stash it, but nope. Glitch Swanee figured it was locked. probably secured with some ancient 7-star formation lock. Yahyun pops up, confirms the theory, and the whole crew salutes him. Master just holds out a hand, rips the thing out of the dirt, levitates it like a toy. Then, super creepy fog starts leaking out. From the pit, Lu guesses boss fight. Master says it's barely a mob. Said to relax, but then a nasty demon leaps out of the hole, sees the squad and goes feral, screaming about needing a snack. Hasn't had human takeout in ages, swings, but Master just blinks. Eyes glow, summon swords, and the beast face plants at their feet. Yahyun asks who sent him. Demon's totally lost, clueless. Think that he was in the sacred lands. Goes like, wrong server, bud, this is taint. Yahyun runs a scan, spots a memory lock seal. A soul blocker on his brain. Suddenly, he starts glowing red. Beams shoot out of him. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Kaboom! Master throws up a shield just in time. Lu was relieved. Without that bubble, they'd be toast. Yahyun explains the trap. Mine was booby. Try to hack it. And he goes. After the boom, a pile of items dropped. Time to sort the loot. Master tells Lu to bag the items. Then she tries the monument again. Takes another shot at inventorying the big rock. This time, success. Wrapped in blue magic and vanished, Master calls a team. Orders them to level up fast. You got 1 month to hit Nirvana. Then we raid the Tianhu dynasty. He sends out a scout beetle, checking if the Tianheng losers are sending reinforcements. Suddenly, the sky glitters. A massive, beautiful city spawns above. Towers everywhere. The boys are like, whoa, what is that? Palace of the 9 Pagodas. Master says. Rare spawn. Spawns once every 10 years. Holds the legendary immortality. Herb. Adds thousands of years to your lifespan. Insane buff. Yahyun's level is too high to enter, so it's up to the new. They were stoked for a team raid, but Master shut that down. Only 1 player per faction allowed. Rules are rules, so they had to pick a champion. One guy begged, and Master nodded. He zoomed up, hyped. Lu Ali watched, worried about him flying solo. Su was like, chill, big boss has the protection covered. Then, bam, bro crash landed hard, totally wrecking the vibe. He hit the dirt, crying that humans were bandemons only. Mozang raged, but Lewis said, relax, tons of other trials left. Yahyun blinked at the patch update, but picked a new player. The kitty gave him those anime eyes, so he sent him in. Destination, Hidden Palace of the 9 Sounds fancy. Catboy went human mode and snagged a sweet legendary item. He was hyped. Shiai hid the blue vortex, which was packed. Some girl spotted him, and was all, hey, let's squad up. He swiped left, refusing, but noticed she was a cat girl too. She wanted to carry, but he saw her stats were utter garbage. Confused how she clocked him, she giggled. Magic mirror, duh. Shiai realized she was Civic Clan fan. Then whoosh an axe. It slammed right there. The girl dipped faster than light. He turned around to see who threw the hardware at him. Giant Pig Eye stood there, super salty about him chatting. With his, time to introduce his face to the axe. He swung. Shiai blocked it with a foot. Total flex. But Piggy was OP, so the cat bailed to finish his quest. He jumped in the vortex, but the giant yeeted his axe. The weapon froze at the portal. Close call. He walked in, looking for the girl, but the lobby was empty. Solo spawn? Spawn points must be random. His level got nerfed hard. But whatever. He had Broma's shield and those epic boots. Suddenly, a flower popped up. Weird. Then, footsteps behind. Not sure what the bloom was. He turned. It was that girl. Thinking she was setting a trap, he went full aggro mode. Terrified, she held up her mirror like a shield. Laser beams. He dodged, popped his own shield, and closed the gap fast. Bonk. He smacked her for dragging her crazy ex into this. She denied it, but he kept scolding her. Then, darkness rose. A shadow loomed up. It was the... Yelling her name. Mara, she gasped, covering her mouth. Too late. The giant arrived. Towering over the frozen cat. You're dead meat, he roared. He promised a beatdown of the century. Suddenly, magic lines. Black squiggles shot from the flower straight at the trio. Shiai shielded Mara, playing hero. The magic grabbed the giant, but that dude was a tank. Shiai wasn't risking a 1v. The giant swatted the magic, pointed his sword, and laughed. Wow, you two hooked up fast. Talk about a misunderstanding. Kitty didn't get the shade at first, but saw the girl there. He decided, nope, grabbed her, and both tactical retreat. Pig Eye screamed he'd chop them into confetti as they ran. Once they lost him and were safe, he turned to tell Mira. He needed the forever herb, so Catgirl begged to go. She wasn't after the plant, just helping the cat out. Mirror magic. Shiai said yes. But act up and buy. Mal lit up the grass and Kitty grabbed the loot. Fast. Boom. A giant gold fist punched right through the wall. Aimed at Kitty. Shiai barely blocked the mega smash. They bolted fast. Once safe, the cat leaned back hard. Gasping, he asked Mao, "What gives?" She spilled the tea. Legend says that gold giant one-shots noobs inside. Just one hit. Cat Boss said keep looking though. Find grass, but if that mirror buzzes, we dip. They'd bail, reached a big gate, and cracked it open. Outside now, Mao saw the mountain-looking megasus. Like a black dragon? Shi was like, nah, no way. Mountains are huge, dragons ain't. Pops felt gloomy. This night pagoda place is tricky. Shi grabbed her, carried Kitty Girl and flew over the creepy peaks.